Good evening and welcome to Edgerton, Ohio, as we hope we're not talking over a promo for the weekend because that's still in our ears right now. But we welcome you to sun-filled Edgerton, Ohio, as we get ready for 2-0 Edgerton against 0-2 Montpelier. This is the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. 3 weeks, Foz. 3 great weather Friday nights. All Williams County matchup tonight. Our first look at Montpelier under new head coach, first-year head coach Andy Robinson. And our second look at Edgerton this year, of course, they defeated Eden on opening night. Foz, I want to start with Montpelier. Andy Robinson, 2015 grad of Fairview High School, has been the head softball coach at Montpelier, has been a 3-year assistant coach in football at Montpelier, so continuing to cut his teeth. We think really good things about Andy, but this is certainly a learning curve type season. In a season, don't judge Montpelier necessarily on wins and losses this year. Judge them more on steady improvement as the season goes on. Fair to say?
I think so, and I think he's the right guy for the job. He's got a plan. That plan right now probably doesn't have all the athletes that he needs to run. Specifically offensively, and of course Andy has went to the spread offense, and that's all he really knows coming from Fairview, being a player underneath Bob Owen, and he's going to be committed to it, and he should be committed to it. Now, it's going to take time. Spread offenses do take time. He's going to have to develop players within that system, so it's not going to happen overnight. But I think it's very important, and Andy's a very, very savvy young coach, a very mature young coach, and he understands where Montpelier has some liabilities, and he understands where Montpelier can be going down the stretch. And he's committed in being very patient. A lot of times you see young coaches, they get a little bit impatient when things aren't going so well. I don't sense that about Andy. I think he understands that. He's very, like I said, he's much more mature for his age than many coaches his age. And I think good things are going to come from Montpelier, but you're going to have to be patient.
Bummer, let's talk a little bit about Edgerton. We saw them on opening night, and I think the best thing to say about Edgerton, maybe the ultimate compliment for them, what you see is what you get, and that's pretty good.
Nothing flashy. They do run the spread. They do run no huddle. They do run up-tempo type of an offense. Extremely physical. Still considered a run-dominated football team. I guess something you would say they're kind of like old Gus Malzone and the Auburn Tigers. Spread it out and run the ball. However, they do have dynamic playmakers. One, their running back, Warren Nichols, who's a pounder, has good speed when he gets into the open field. And, of course, second team All-GMC, and he's just a fantastic player. He can run. He can pass. He's just a football player. Whenever Edgerton needs a yard or two, when it's 4th down and 2, and everybody knows where the ball is going, Corey Everts still finds a way to get it done. So he's going to be fun to watch tonight. A big key for Montpelier is you're not going to totally stop him, but try to contain him, get hats to the football, and we'll talk about that later.
Just getting started on our Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. 2-0 Edgerton, 0-2 Montpelier. The Brian Ford Lincoln Conversations with the coaches when we return. For all of your insurance needs, see Denny Gehrig or Elaine Hake at Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street in Montpelier. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance, plus financial responsibility bonds are available. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency wants to salute and congratulate all of the area athletes for their time and commitment. Good luck to all the athletes. From Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street, Montpelier.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service.
Hi, I'm Sally Jo Metzger with the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. It's fair season, and we'll have a booth at the Fulton County Fair this year. Come out and save 10% on all upright memorials. The Fackler Monument Company features the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. You can go online to facklermonument.com to see what we have to offer. And we're bringing you the opportunity to save 10% at the Fulton County Fair. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Looking to earn good money in a great work atmosphere? Come join the team at 2020 Custom Molded Plastics in Holiday City. They're now looking for full-time and part-time production operators, and they have schedules that fit everyone. Earn $500 monthly for perfect attendance, refer a friend, and get a $500 referral bonus. No mandated overtime, clean environment, and full benefits at 30 days. Apply online today at 2020cmp.com, then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 for open interviews on Selwyn Drive in Holiday City. Week 3 of high school football, our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coaches. Glad to be joined by Edgerton head coach Brody Flegel, off to a 2-0 start on the season. I guess all things considered, happy with the W's, happy with the progress and improvement. I think that's probably more important than the win-losses here early in the season. Are you happy with that, Brody?
Yeah, Andy, first of all, thanks for having us on. Always appreciate the coverage. And to your question, we're very, very happy with where we're at, but by no means are we content. We've done what we needed to do to this point, and being 2-0, but there's still a lot of work to be done and a lot of areas we still need to improve in. Yeah, and I mean, early in the year, everybody is talking about those areas of improvement, and I mean, you're talking about it in weeks 7, 8, 9, and 10 even too, but where are you seeing some strides made from even, let's go to the preseason and scrimmages, where are you seeing maybe the biggest jump through the first couple of weeks of the regular season, Brody? I think this year our consistency is a lot better. We're more consistent offensively and defensively as far as our alignment, our assignment. We are taking care of the football these first 2 weeks. So as long as we're doing those things, it puts us in a spot to be successful on offense and defense. And overall, our experience, our team leadership has improved, and those areas I think are very important. All right, let's talk Montpelier now. New head football coach, as you know, and Andy Robinson, and they're off to a bit of a rough start this season. When you throw film on and watch Montpelier in all phases, what do you see, Brody? Oh, yeah, no doubt. Coach Robinson is doing a nice job over there, and you can see it on the film. I mean, they're coached. They're in hip pockets defensively, and they're filling, and offensively. You can see Coach Robinson's his philosophy and his system right away when you flip on the film. So they do have some speed on the perimeter. They have some big guys up front. They do have a quarterback that has a good arm. So we got to be ready to go, and we know they're going to be playing hard for Coach Robinson. What wins this week for you at Edgerton, Brody? What wins this football game? I think it comes down to everything we talk about each week, which is our consistency and our execution. We take care of the football, and then we eliminate our self-inflicted mistakes. We put ourselves in a good position offensively. Defensively, it's going to be about tackling, making sure we're not blowing any assignments, and we're being sound tacklers and making them drive the field and make plays on us if they want to score. One last tune-up non-conference, and then dive into the fun portion of the schedule, and that's trying to chase down a GMC title, Brody. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we're focused right now on this week 3 with Montpelier. When that time comes, we'll be ready to go. But we want to finish this non-conference the right way before we look ahead. Should be a nice matchup. Homecoming night at Edgerton as well. So good luck against Montpelier, Brody. Thanks for the time here on the pregame. Thanks, Andy.
When it comes to protecting what you love, you want an insurance agent that cares more about your world, more about what you need. And that's exactly what you'll get with me, Molly Culler, your local Allstate agent. An agent who doesn't just know what it's like to live in Bryan, but one who wants to protect life here as much as you do. Give me a call for your free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Check out the newest, most exciting venue in the area. The Eager Beaver Axe Hole is Defiance's first axe throwing venue with axe throwing lanes, VIP room, full service bar, pool leagues, and more. Schedule your lane today. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or call 419-980-7121. That's 419-980-7121. The Eager Beaver Axe Hole, Defiance's first axe throwing venue.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, and take it home today. They carry hundreds of new, used, and scratch and dent appliances in stock, and they carry the brands you need. Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE to take home right now with you. Then when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer. Now is the time to get to Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan and pick up your gallon of paint to finish up those outdoor projects before winter sets in. Get all the paint you need at tremendous prices. Clark & Kensington paint should be your paint of choice. With excellent coverage, washability, and a lifetime warranty, Clark & Kensington paint with the primer built right in is the only paint you'll ever need. Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan is ready to help. Ace, the helpful place.
Week 3 of the high school football season, Montpelier and Edgerton, and our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with Montpelier head coach Andy Robinson. And Andy, I know not the start that you had wanted or hoped for at 0-2. I guess talk to us a little bit about Montpelier through the first couple of games of this season so far.
Yeah, never want to be 0-2 to start the season. Kind of ran into a buzzsaw early in the year against Antwerp. I think they're one of the best teams in the whole area, and they were a little bit much for us, especially putting in a new offense system, defense system, first game of the year. And Evergreen has a nice squad over there too. I think they're getting better. Evan Carson over there is doing a good job with them, and we didn't help ourselves at all. We gave away 21 points to them, so we kind of beat ourselves up a little bit in that game as well. But we are doing some things well, and we're getting better, so I'm excited about this week.
For people that are watching Montpelier play maybe this week for the first time or listening to the game and hearing Mike and I talk about Montpelier, what can they expect? What are some of your offensive philosophies and principles and defensive side of the ball as well, Andy?
Offensively, we're going to spread you out. We're going to be 5 wide, and we're going to try to get the ball out in space to our playmakers, and we're starting to do a little bit better job of that. We're trying to establish, even though we're a spread team, we're trying to establish a little bit of a run game because you have to be able to do that. And we've struggled a little bit with that in these first 2 weeks, which has been a little shocking to me. After the first couple scrimmages, I thought we'd be able to handle the line of scrimmage a little better. So we really are going to try to focus on that this week and see what we can get going in the run game. Defensively, Steve Branchow runs my defense, and we're going to try to pressure you. We're going to bring dudes, to you and make you make quick decisions. And I think our defense has taken huge steps this year compared to some of the previous years. And I think they're doing things really well. I think our defense is doing enough to keep us in games. Our offense just has to get a little better, score some points.
Maybe speak to our listeners a little bit and fans of Montpelier football that might be tuned in too extensively for this game, but the commitment to a system, and you've mentioned it already, the spread. I mean, this isn't an offense that this group ran last year or the year before. What's that like in being committed to this system and the obvious growing pains?
First off, I think every offense is a little tough when you first start out, and I think this offense it's very particular with certain things. There's a lot of details that go into it to make it work well, and when you are getting into it for the first season, especially a group of kids who these seniors have now been through, this is the 3rd offense that they've ran, maybe even the 4th offense they've ran in 4 years. And I know that's tough. We've tried our best to keep certain things similar, like, hey, we ran trap before, so we're going to run trap kind of the same way we've done it in years past. But being in the spread, it does look different. It doesn't come with 3 running backs in the backfield. Maybe it's run with a quarterback. So it's tough for the kids, but they're picking up on it. I see our growth, and I think as we get kind of the halfway point of this year, I think it's going to start to click. I saw things from week 1 just to week 2 last week that we did better. We moved the ball better. We've got to finish drives. That's kind of our main focus this week and going forward.
Let's talk Edgerton now. What do you see when you throw film on them, Andy?
Physical. That's got to be the main thing that comes to mind. They got some big kids, and they're physical. Brody does a really good job with them over there. He's building a really nice program. The Everett kid at quarterback, he's phenomenal. I think he could, we probably are going to end up in these first 3 weeks playing probably the two best quarterbacks in the entire league, in Ultimus and Everett. And so Everett's going to do some really good things with his feet. He's not the best passer in the area, but he is a very capable passer. He can get the ball to his receivers when he needs to. We got to keep him contained. We're not going to stop him, but we got to try to contain him and limit what he's feet.
Hey, Andy, we appreciate the time. Best of luck against Edgerton this Friday night for Montpelier.
Appreciate you. Thanks for the coverage.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the Damage Doesn't Have to Be Too Damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company. SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Forge into the future with Edgerton Forge Incorporated on US 6 just outside of Edgerton. Open interviews Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. with immediate openings for maintenance and first and third shift general laborer with pay up to $21.93 an hour. Apply online at edgertonforge.com/careers or stop in to see them for an application and tour the facility at 257 East Morrison Street in Edgerton. Come see what they're all about and join them as they forge ahead. Edgerton Forge Incorporated in Edgerton.
Michael Jordan once said, "Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen." The Edgerton Bulldogs want it, wish for it, and make it happen. The Edgerton Athletic Boosters want to thank all of the Edgerton athletes for their hard work and dedication and want to wish the athletes and coaches good luck. So from the Edgerton Athletic Boosters, go get 'em Bulldogs. We're behind you all of the way. Good luck to all the Edgerton athletes.
Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op.
Jason Deach Collision and Customs is Northwest Ohio's largest trailer dealer with over 300 trailers in stock, from 53-foot race trailers and custom toter homes to open deck car trailers, dump trailers, landscape trailers, and equipment trailers. But they don't just sell trailers, they service them, add options, and do repairs on any brand. Because they're racers themselves, they know how to build the trailer right for your racing needs. Stop by their Edgerton location or shop 24/7 at jasondeachtrailersales.com. If you can dream it, they can build it at Jason Deach Collision and Customs.
Back out here in Edgerton, homecoming night here tonight as we get set for Edgerton and Montpelier. The Bulldogs check in at 2-0, wins over Eden and Hilltop, 34-22 over the Bombers, 59-0 last week over Hilltop. Edgerton on the heels of a 4-6 season a year ago. Montpelier in their 100th season of high school football, 0-2 this year so far. They have lost to Antwerp 47-0 and Evergreen 41-7. They were 1-7 last season, and this, as we said, is the first year of head coach Andy Robinson. Foz, want to get your thoughts on this one. What's the anatomy of an upset for Montpelier here tonight?
Going to have to get creative on how they score. Special teams, I think there's going to have to be one special team score at least for Montpelier. Obviously, turnovers, which we could say every single week, the team that wins the turnover battle is a team that's most likely to win. But I think thirdly, get into second down in medium or short situations. In other words, Montpelier's got to be productive on first down. I don't think they're talented enough against a very good secondary. And we've already seen Edgerton against Eden. 4 really, I think, high-quality defensive backs for Edgerton. So Montpelier's going to have to be less predictable. And by that, they're going to have some positive yards on first down where the whole playbook is opened up. Don't be predictable, or Edgerton's just too good.
All right, for Edgerton tonight to take care of business and go to 3-0 heading into the GMC.
They've got the better roster. I think defensively, first let's start there. Bring the heat. Montpelier's going to throw the ball every down. Again, one of the things about the spread offense is the idea of why some teams don't bring heat is because the quarterback gets the ball real quick. I like Edgerton's matchups, the one-on-one matchups in the secondary versus Montpelier wide receivers. I think what they need to do is play a lot of press coverage and then bring heat from the outside linebackers, Warren, Nichols, Flower. We've seen that, how they did that against an Eden team. That would be number one. Number two is, again, just simply, I don't want to sound like a broken record. It is a cliche. But really, the only way that Edgerton can probably lose this game is if they turn the ball over a lot and give Montpelier extra possessions. So hanging on to the football like it is every single week is a premium.
Those are some keys presented to you by the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier. Visit them right now at the Fulton County Fair, just underway tonight. Another break and more to come from Edgerton, not that far away from opening kickoff on a Friday night. Rock Sports.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Forget cars and purses. Thieves are after your identity. Recovering your stolen identity can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The Central Mutual Insurance Company offers coverages that can help you recover from the devastating effects of identity theft. For your security, your protection, and your peace of mind, trust Central Mutual Insurance Company in Andrews, O'Neill, and Lowe. With offices in Archbold, Bryan, and Wauseon, or you can find us online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Back out here in Edgerton, let's tell you who has eyes on the games tonight. Presented by Tri-State Vision Center, the officiating crew, Patrick Foster, Robert Mojica, Brandon Leffel, Michael Baker, and Scott Dutre. For all of your eye care needs and your next eye care visit, remember the Tri-State Vision Center of Northwest Ohio. That's going to about do it for our Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. There for you in your time of need. The Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes of Northwest Ohio in the tri-state area. Be on the lookout for that new location or that expanded location that's going to be happening in Bryan in 2023. We'll take another break. We'll be back here to Edgerton on a football Friday night. That is on the way. By the way, over on Q96.5, Bryan and Fairview getting together. A couple of matchups tonight. Patrick Henry and Columbus Grove. Liberty Center is at Otsego. Those are a couple of games of note from around the full Northwest Ohio area, as well as Archbold playing Lake tonight as well. Other county matchups. Eden up the road is hosting Hicksville. A good chance for Eden to get into the win column. Stryker hosting Morenci, Michigan tonight in 8-man football. North Central is West and over in Fremont, Indiana, playing tonight in a matchup there. So those are some of the county teams that are playing around the area tonight. Opening kickoff from Edgerton after this.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Eden, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Hi, Dan Stuckey here, broker owner of Real Estate Advantage Team. Are you getting ready to buy or sell a home? I would love to be your realtor. From our first phone call to the closing table, I am with you every step of the way. I will serve you with honesty and integrity. My goal is to provide you with a stress-free home buying or selling process that exceeds your expectations. So let's get you moving. Call 419-636-5100.
You work hard for your money. That's why we see to it that your money works hard for you, not someone else. At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, our earnings belong to our members and go right back to work for you, from better rates to lower fees. We've got the products and people to help you build a more fantastic future every step of the way. Join 14,000 other people just like you who want to do more with their money. Imagine a different possibility at Midwest Community Federal Credit Union.
Be part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley and not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
All right, some individual statistics heading into tonight for Montpelier through two games. Grant Gurrell, the quarterback, 21 of 41 for 193 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions, completing 51% of his passes. He's been sacked 4 times as well on the year. Ash Walls, the leading rusher, 15 carries for 31 yards. Montpelier as a team has rushed for just 61 yards on the season. Cam Smith, the leading receiver, 9 catches for 77 yards. And Chavez Martin, 5 balls have been caught for 81 yards. He's averaging 16 yards a catch on the season. Corey Everett's 24 of 32, so very efficient numbers at the quarterback spot. 75% completion percentage. That's outstanding. 269 yards, 5 touchdowns, and the big number is a 0, no interceptions. Everett's the leading ground gainer for Edgerton, 254 yards, 4 touchdowns, so 9 yards per carry. That is fantastic balance out of that quarterback spot. Warren Nichols has the most receptions on the team with 8 for 55 yards. Caden Pasillo, the most yards, 6 catches, 77 yards, and a pair of touchdowns on the season. One other note on Edgerton, or a couple of other notes, team numbers. Now, I know there haven't been any GMC games yet, but through the first 2 weeks of games, Edgerton has scored 93 points, allowed 22, so that's good for the second best defense. Actually, it's the number 1 defense, I beg your pardon, in terms of points per game allowed. Wayne Trace is second, but Edgerton featuring the number 2 offense to go along with that number 1 defense heading into next week's play. They're the number 3 rush offense in the GMC and the number 3 passing attack, and total offense overall number 3 as well. By the way, Edgerton will start their conference year on the road against Wayne Trace next week. But first, a matchup with Montpelier. We're going to ask Foz another question here in just a moment. Coverage tonight being brought to you in part by Yarger Flegel Investments of downtown Edgerton. IRAs, 401ks, pension rollovers, mutual funds, and more. Yarger Flegel Investment Services, 419-298-2000. All right, you mentioned a lot of different things, and I think to kind of solidify that point for Montpelier. I don't think it can be a combination of one or two things go well. I think they have to have all of those things that you mentioned go well to be a fourth quarter game tonight. Would you agree with that? Not just a couple, all of them.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We saw Edgerton in week 1 against a very good Eden team. Last week, kind of difficult. Most of your improvement between football teams is between week 1 and week 2. Not much of a contest last week for Edgerton, so developmentally, maybe one would wonder how far did Edgerton come since that first game because of last game, such an easy game that they had. Whereas Montpelier played two quality teams, didn't work out so well for them. But I think you're right. I think all the stats and all the indicators look for Montpelier are going to have a lot of good things go for them. Big plays, turnovers, and maybe score on special teams
Montpelier
as well.
Won the toss. They have elected to receive the football. They want to get that offense out there right now. Pasillo has it teed off, and up and off we go for week number 3. It'll be knocked down and picked up then by Friend at the 25-30. Has a little bit of a crease initially and runs into the waiting arms of Owen Roth up near the 35-yard line, and that's where this Montpelier offense, still searching for itself, will take over officially at the 34-yard line. We mentioned in the pregame that Andy Robinson comes from the spread. That's all he knew under Bob Olwin at Fairview. The 2015 grad is committed, not just here at this level, but all the way through the levels to the spread. 3 receivers go left, 2 receivers come to the right as Montpelier goes left to right. 3 down linemen for Edgerton, with a couple potentially coming off the edge, but they'll drop into coverage. Gurrell's ball sails and is going to go incomplete, intended for Cam Smith, a sophomore on the far side, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Just a little out route there. Cam Smith was open, and Grant just let the ball sail on him a little bit.
So 2nd down and 10, Montpelier from their own 34-yard line. Twins right, trips to the left. Empty backfield for Gurrell. 6'5", junior quarterback, so good size. Running back comes in next to him. It's Friend. He'll get the call, and Friend isn't going to get very far. First contact, good play defensively. Joel Walkup there, who wrapped him up and slammed him to the turf. It will be a gain of about 1 on the play, but this is not a down and distance that Montpelier is quite ready yet, Foz, at 3rd and 9.
And one of our keys was the beginning of the games. Montpelier's got to get in 2nd down and short, 3rd down and very short. Not the case here with 3rd down and long.
So 3rd and 9, 3 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right side. Quick snap to Gurrell. He fires over to the far side, looks for Smith, and it's incomplete. Scotty Krantz had pretty tight man coverage on that far side, and it's a 3 and out for the Montpelier offense.
And one of the things that you're concerned about, and again, Andy Robinson knows this better, and the coaching staff knows this better than anybody, when things aren't clicking with the spread, you don't use a lot of time, too. So what's that do? That gives more possessions to the other team, and Edgerton's a team with that big, strong offensive line that you don't want to give them too many possessions.
Cameron Smith will punt it away. Corey Everett's waiting near his 30-yard line. This is a wobbly liner that will die at the 42-yard line. So 23 on the punt, no return, and Edgerton's offense will get a good start to this game beginning at their own 42-yard line, moving right to left. First quarter, first possession for the Bulldogs. Temperature in the mid to upper 70s here at game time for week 3. Another sunny night for high school football. Edgerton 2-0, Montpelier 0-2. By the way, the last 4 meetings, Edgerton dominating this series, 184-20, the combined scores in those 4 games that were played. 2 receivers come left for Edgerton, 1 to the right, so they'll empty the backfield. Kind of a double tight set here as well. Man goes in motion to the far side, and it's a straight ahead run for Everett. He'll be chopped down at the point of attack. Good job knifing in defensively. Landon Fackler and Gavin Zajeski get in there defensively for the stop. It'll be a pickup. Actually, no gain on the play. Well, they do give him a yard now, so 2nd down and 9.
Just a straight dive. Looked like there was some confusion from Edgerton on that first play. Montpelier defensive line doing a nice job.
Owen Roth in at left halfback. Or is it Nichols? It's Nichols. And Nichols gets the carry between the tackles, finds some running room, is going to be cut down in Montpelier territory at about the 49-yard line. Picked up 8 on the run. Eli Fackler, the tackle. And it'll be 3rd and 1 for Edgerton at the Montpelier 49.
It's kind of a counter lead. I'm not even sure there was much of a counter on that, but both backside guard and tackle did a nice job of kicking out and leading through the hole for the Dogs.
3 receivers go to the short side of the field, over to the right side of the formation. Nichols is the only running back. It's Everett's on the keep, and he's not going to get the first down. Terrific play defensively by Eli Fackler. In fact, that's a loss on the play. And Fackler's tackle means it's a loss of 1 and a decision here for Brody Flegel and Edgerton with a 4th and 2 at midfield.
This could be a big play from Montpelier. Edgerton's clearly going to go for it.
So same formation, those 3 receivers to the right. 4th down and 2 at midfield. Nichols is the running back standing on the left side of Corey Everett. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Now Brody Flegel wants a timeout. A big 4th down in a scoreless game when we come back.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
4th and 2, Edgerton at midfield. Foz?
A little disorganized there for the Dogs this first series, but I think twice they had some confusion on what play they wanted to call. Blocking assignments up front did not appear to be correct. Montpelier took advantage of that. Clearly they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 2 at the 50, which they should. Edgerton's M.O., keep the ball in Corey Everett's hands when they need yardage.
And they've gone empty in this formation. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right side on 4th and 2. Everett wants to throw far side. It is incomplete. And Steve Branchow's defense for Montpelier has come up with a 4 and out. They get a stop on the first set of downs.
You wonder again, the focus for Edgerton to start the game. Really not all that surprising coming off a game last week where I think the starters only played maybe a quarter, maybe 2, and it really is a lopsided victory. This week during practice, you wonder how the focus would be. Again, we'll see what happens. It's only the first series, but not overly surprising that Edgerton come out a little bit flat, maybe, and maybe a little unfocused, if you will.
So 1st and 10, Montpelier offensively at midfield. 3 receivers come right, 1 receiver to the left. Ash Walls is the left halfback next to Gurrell. And Walls will get the carry, got room, has 5, has 10, into the secondary, counted off at 15 as he rumbles to the 35-yard line. Stop is made by Isaiah Fry, but it was deep into the secondary, and Walls for 15 and a first down.
And that right side of the offensive line, Jamison Grimm and Gavin Zaveski just pinned Edgerton down there. Let's give Montpelier some credit here early on. They're doing a nice job.
So 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of Edgerton. First trip into Montpelier, or to Edgerton territory. Ash Walls again. Nothing doing this time. Off the edge. Great play defensively. Justin Huffman, the 5'11", 230-pound senior, throwing him for a loss of 1 on the play.
Montpelier tried the counter. Again, Edgerton was just too fast in that situation. Got on the hip pocket of the guard and tackle and made the play in the backfield.
2nd and 11 now for Montpelier at the Edgerton 36-yard line. Ball resting middle of the field. Left to right go the Locos. Scoreless game. 8.5 and counting to play. Trips to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Friend is the lone setback. Gurrell gets the snap. Gurrell fires, and it's caught by Chavez Martin. 25, 20, and forward progress gets him down to about the 19 on the play. That's a pickup of 17, and another opportunity to move the sticks and a first down.
Great protection by Montpelier. Great route by Chavez. And a nice ball that time by Grant Gurrell. He stood in there on that deep slant and delivered a dart.
2 games, and you see 7 points scored by the offense. But Andy Robinson said there have been good drives. They just haven't finished maybe a half dozen or so.
And listen, we're only 4 minutes into the game, so let's not overreact. But right now it looks like Montpelier came to play and is coming focus. Edgerton, not so much.
2 receivers left. 1 receiver comes to the right side. 2 running backs. Walls is the halfback and was about ready to get the call when we see our first penalty flag of the night, a false start penalty against Montpelier. So now it'll be a 1st and 15.
Yeah, again, the left guard that time just could not hold his water, as they call it, and got a little bit too antsy. Those are things that a player can't allow to happen. It's, the odds of a team having success in getting first downs dramatically. At one time there was a study on it, but it goes down from 75% to 25%, something crazy like that if there's a penalty in the series.
1st and 15 from the 25 of Edgerton. Gurrell gets the shotgun snap, looks deep for the end zone, has a man, and it's through the hands of Cameron Smith. He had Krantz beat in the end zone and just did not look it in, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Pretty well thrown ball. I'm not so sure even if he did catch that, Andy. He was in on the back of the end zone, but the ball was right there on the money. Should have been caught. I just don't think that would have been a touchdown even if it was.
2nd down and 15 for Montpelier at the 25 of Edgerton. 7:39 to go, first quarter of play. No score on the Andres O'Neill & Lowe scoreboard. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Ash Walls is the lone running back. Gurrell steps up, throws in the flat, pass is caught. Walls lowers the shoulder and runs through. Quentin Blue made him pay for that tackle, and a gain of 8 on the pitch and catch down to the 17.
Gives Montpelier 3rd down and very makeable 5. That's the positive. The negative is once you start getting down in the red zone, things kind of get condensed when you run the spread. You run out of real estate, and it's tougher to throw the football. So we'll see what Montpelier does. They did have a nice job when they ran the ball to Ash Walls the first set of plays.
We'll call it a 3rd and 7 at the 17 of Edgerton. Friend the running back. Gurrell looks, fires on an out route, and it's off the fingertips of Braden Brink. Pretty good coverage here on the near side by Pasillo. And now a 4th and 7, and Montpelier will be forced to go for it.
Yeah, good defense there. Was a catchable ball, but boy, it would have been a very difficult catch by Austin Brink.
Brink, 6 foot 160.
Braden Brink, excuse me.
So 4th down and 7 for Montpelier. 5 wide look, trips to the right, twins to the left on this 4th and 7 from the 17, and a Andy Robinson timeout. Big 4th down for Montpelier when we come back in a scoreless game in a moment.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
So Andy Robinson brings everybody together. What's your call, my friend? 4th and 7. Put the headset back on.
Yeah, you're going to probably have to throw the ball. Montpelier has struggled.
Who are you looking for? Who's your target?
Well, I think you got a couple different options. Of course, the slant play earlier on to Carmella was a great play. Braden Brink seems to be an athlete that has maybe the best hands on the team. There was an option there. He got one-on-one coverage, just couldn't haul it in. So I think you got a couple different options here on the outside. But, again, you only need 5 yards, so it doesn't have to be a fade or anything like that.
Officially 4th and 7 from the 17. 5 wide again, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Gurrell with time initially. Steps up, throws over the middle. Pass is caught. 1st down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Reception is made by the freshman, Griffin Cooley, who did a great job, Foz, of sitting in, finding a hole in the zone, and it's a 1st and goal, gain of 13.
Yeah, he sure did. Right behind the linebackers. Credit the offensive line for giving time. And Grant Gurrell, very poised, standing in there, and delivered a nice ball in a tight window.
So 1st and goal, Montpelier at the Edgerton 4. 6:40 and counting to play in the opening quarter. And movement on the snap. They were going on a direct snap to Griffin Cooley, and Montpelier twitched a little bit up front, so now 1st and goal at the 9.
Just frustrating if you're Montpelier. Things are going well. You got a 1st down on the 4-yard line or whatever it is, and darn it all, you move, and that just kills these drives. And
so 1st and goal now from the 9-yard line. Hash mark far side of the field. No score in this game. Montpelier with the first threat of the night. Nearing the midway point of this first quarter. This is Montpelier's 2nd possession of the night.
No, Montpelier likes to run the ball right. If they do like to run left, they like to pull their backside guard and tackle, which is Grimm and Zaveski.
Three receivers right, one to the left. Friend is the running back. It's going to be Gurrell on a quarterback run. Gurrell plows ahead, got to the 7-yard line, so gain of about 2 on the play. Down below around the ankles, Ray Pells, the 5'10", 245-pound senior, gets up and makes the stop.
Pretty physical defensive line for Edgerton, and again, a really nice linebacking core behind him. Nichols and Flower.
10th play unofficially of this drive. It's a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. 4 receivers to the left, 1 receiver right. So they got Brinken a one-on-one with Pasillo if they want it. Look left, fire left, and it's going to be overthrown and incomplete. Good coverage by Edgerton. Quentin Blue had slid underneath Cameron Smith and took that route away.
Yeah, and it's a very good secondary for Edgerton. Herman and Everett and Quentin Blue and Caden Pasillo, all of them can run and are very savvy defensive backs.
And Edgerton glad to get Carter Herman back. Did not play because of injury. Brody Flagel said a back last week. They kept him out against Hilltop. 3rd and goal now, Montpelier at the 8. 3 receivers left, 2 receivers right. So Gurrell finds an empty backfield on the 3rd and goal at the 8. Friend goes in motion, coming to the near side. Gurrell wanted to throw the swing pass, not there. Gurrell is going to be dragged down from behind. Everett and Pells get there. A sack back at the 14. And now 4th down and goal at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, just hesitated a little bit. There was nothing there, and I think Grant did the right thing by tucking it and taking the sack. Lived to play another down. Again, go back to that illegal procedure that Montpelier had when they were on the 3-yard line. Those are things when you're the underdog you just can't do. You got to be disciplined and stay focused, and this changes the complexion, obviously, for everything. Really, with anything they wouldn't like to do. The playbook shrinks considerably.
So now the loss was of 6. It's to the 14. 4th and goal. 5 wide look. Got to go for it. Gurrell throws. It's going to be caught, but not going to get there. Reception is made on the far side by Cameron Smith. The defense of Edgerton bends, but they do not break, and they stand tall and keep this a scoreless game, Foz.
Yeah, and the positive for Montpelier is you took a lot of time off the clock there with a pretty decent drive. Good thing for Edgerton is hey, you bent but you didn't break. You gave up a couple plays. Hopefully now, if you're an Edgerton fan, you refocus and get back to doing the fundamental things that you're capable of doing.
So Edgerton will start from their own 12 after Montpelier ball hogs it for a dozen plays, but they come away empty. 2 receivers both ways. Pasillo comes in motion to the near side. 1 running back. Little half roll here for Everett's thrown, and it should or could have been intercepted by Cameron Smith. The intended target was Carter Herman. Neither of them get it, and as it goes incomplete, it's 2nd and 10.
Cam Smith's a very athletic sophomore. Kind of looks the part out there and had a really good break on it. Didn't take a very good angle, but a real good break and almost picked that off. And then Herman almost brought it in himself there after it just went over the tips of Cameron Smith.
Delta 7, Paulding nothing. Bryan 7, Fairview nothing in the early going of both those games. Out of the backfield, little swing pass to Nichols. He makes the catch at the 7. Can't get much room to navigate, though, because Griffin Cooley came up, and the freshman making his presence felt on both sides of the ball. Minimal on that gain to the 10-yard line.
Griffin Cooley.
Actually, it's a loss of yardage, so it'll be 3rd and 12 now at the 10.
Nice read by Griffin Cooley, a very talented freshman, and really like the hustle, too, by number 74, Ashton Mason, getting involved on the tackle as well.
So 3rd and a dozen for Edgerton at their own 10. Hash mark near side. 4-minute mark of the first quarter. A scoreless first quarter. And flags fly, and I think we're going to get a false start going against Edgerton. Brody Flagel going to have to rattle a few cages, I think, right now, because I go back to what you said. They seem to be a little unfocused, maybe thinking this week was going to be similar to last week, and who knows, maybe it ends up that way, but it's certainly not starting that way because Montpelier has shown up tonight.
A lot of things going against the dog. Homecoming tonight. I always hated coaching on homecoming because your kids are focused on something else. An easy game the week before.
So now 3rd and 17, Edgerton back at their own 5. Nichols the only running back. Twins both ways. Everett's on a quarterback draw. Can't get much room to navigate because waiting was Eli Fackler, 6'1", 195-pound junior who bows up, stands up, and Everett gets a yard, and that's a 3-and-out for Edgerton.
Second big play defensively by Eli Factory. He's a physical specimen in there, and nice job of fending off the blocker and making a play there at that defensive end spot.
So now from his own end zone, Corey Herman to punt it away. Cameron Smith waits at the Edgerton 40. Belt high snap. Kick is on the way. Pretty good one. Smith can't get there, and it goes back to the 43. He gets away from Corey Everett. He's at midfield. Smith's return as Pasillo wrestles him down at the 48-yard line. Good kick by Herman. And then the return, Smith, who didn't make the catch cleanly and saw it bounce away, does do something positive with it to get it back into Edgerton's plus territory.
Yeah, and had he not done that, that would have been another 15 yards or so. That was a good job by Cam Smith of retrieving that punt there and making some positives out of it. But as you said, really good punt there by Everett.
So we remain in a scoreless duel. 3:17 to go. First quarter here on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Montpelier with the football. Hash mark far side. 3 receivers go left to the short side. 2 receivers come to the right. Gurrell getting the hand signals from Andy Robinson on that far sideline. 3 down linemen for Edgerton. This is a quarterback run. Gurrell steps away from traffic initially and then runs into about 3 or 4 Bulldog arms at the 46-yard line. Short gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. First one there for Edgerton was Elijah Martin, 6'4", 225-pound junior. So that gain of 2 makes it 2nd down and 8 Montpelier at the 46 of Edgerton. The last, 6 minutes of this quarter have been played in Edgerton's territory. 5 wide again. Gurrell to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Nichols gets home. Sack. Back at the 46-yard line, loss of 8 and a 3rd and long. Great job on a late blitzer, and they didn't pick up Warren Nichols.
And listen, that was a delayed blitz, as you just said, Andy, and that's kind of on the quarterback and the play call. There was enough time to throw the ball. I looked downfield and saw Montpelier's routes. They were all deep routes, and they just never materialized, and so that was more of a coverage sack.
So now a 3rd and long, 3rd down and 16 for Montpelier. Back at the 46-yard line, their own 46. Wing right and left, receiver right and left. Now coming out of that wing on the far side, in motion is Smith. Inside and not much running room for friend Warren Nichols there along with Blake Flower. So back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And it'll be a 4th down for Montpelier. Good job again by the Edgerton defense. Punting situation for the Locos, their first punt of the night. Corey Everett's going back near the 50, or second punt of the night, I beg your pardon.
Always dangerous when number 4 is getting the ball here. I don't know what the strategy is for Montpelier, but they'd be wise to kick it as deep as you can, as far out of bounds as you can.
Don't give Everett a shot, huh?
Don't give him a shot.
Smith waiting on the snap. A little bit low, but able to get it. Bangs it away, bounces at the 25. Corey Everett will get away from it. It'll die at the 20. 34 yards on the punt, no return. And the Edgerton offense still looking for a little rhythm and looking for its first down of the night will head out onto the field.
Yeah, and I think when you're stagnant right now, and like we said, we're not making excuses, but you're coming off a win last week when your starters didn't play much, going into a game when you're heavy favorites, you have homecoming. It's kind of predictable to see it come out a little bit flatter and a little bit unfocused, as we've said. We'll see if they turn it around here. But when things are going bad, Andy, you still got number 4 to give the ball to.
Come back to you on the question here in a moment. 2 receivers left. 2 receivers bunched together to the right. Nichols is the lone setback on 1st and 10. There's Roth going in motion. Give it to him on the jet sweep. Roth coming back on the interior, running over a locomotive to get out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 8. Ash Walls brought him down. All right, more emotional night. Homecoming night, senior night, parent night. Which one did you hate the worst?
Homecoming night, no question.
Homecoming more even than senior night.
Absolutely. Okay. Homecoming night, you're worried about going to a dance.
All they still have those?
All that. Oh, sure they do. All that stuff, yeah. Homecoming night's the worst.
2nd and 2. Pasillo coming in motion to the near side. Play action on that RPO, and they've got a man wide open. It's caught. Kolar, 40, 35, shoved out of bounds. Cameron Smith but the first big play of the night for the Bulldogs takes them to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 36 and a first down. That's their best play of the night by far.
Well, it's just a two-man route, play action, a little flag route, which is about 10, 12 yards downfield, and then angle to the sideline. Looked like a blown coverage by Montpelier.
So Edgerton's first official trip into Montpelier territory. Remember, they got to midfield. So it'll be 1st and 10, and Edgerton going a little tempo here. Trips to the right, one receiver left. Nichols the running back. Nichols has it in his belly. Nichols sidesteps one, but cannot get away from Ash Walls and also Gavin Zajeski. It's a short gain on the play, a little more than 3 on the play. So a run of 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7. And that'll be the final snap of the opening quarter. Good first quarter of football here.
Great
Edgerton
quarter.
nothing. Montpelier nothing. Edgerton on the move when we come back on V-Rock Sports.
U-Store Storage in Bryan has 44 new 10x20 storage units available on Edgerton Street in Bryan. With 24-hour access and well-lit facilities, U-Store Storage has a unit just for you. Residential and commercial warehouse space is also available. Looking for a storage unit in the Stryker area? Stryker Mini Storage on Industrial Drive has units as well. For all your storage needs, give U-Store Storage or Stryker Mini Storage a call at 419-636-2545.
When you're inside this winter, you want to not only be warm, but also have great indoor air quality. Well, Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services features it all with Lennox and iWave. iWave safely treats the air throughout your home, plus kills mold, bacteria, and viruses. It also reduces odors from pets and cooking, reduces allergens, smoke, static electricity, and dust in the air. And best of all, no maintenance. No bulb, no other parts to replace. Check out Starks at starksphs.com or phone toll-free 1-800-329-4040.
I know. Real quick, just pick a couple of quick numbers, Foz, from the first quarter.
Well, the Locomotives are 4 for 9 passing. Gorell's 4 for 9 for passing. 47 yards. Montpelier has 6 first downs. Montpelier has rushed the ball 6 times for 8 yards. Go across the other way. The Dogs just have 3 first downs. They ran the ball 6 times for 18 yards, and Corey Everett is 2 for 4 for 34 yards.
And the Everetts-led offense back out there on a 2nd down and 7 at the 33-yard line. Fake the jet sweep. Everett is going nowhere. Good keys that time by Montpelier. Athen Van Kam, 5'9", $160 junior, came up and made the stop, and that'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and now a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, it's good to have him back in the lineup for Montpelier. Linebackers really filling out and maturing, really strong kid. Did not play last year. Montpelier's glad to have him back.
So 3rd and 9 Edgerton at the Montpelier 35. 4-down territory, unless, of course, you have a big loss on this 3rd down here. But if it's manageable, they would go. So let's see what happens. 3rd and 9, 5 wide. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Everett sails one over the middle. Tipped and almost intercepted. The deflection coming across the middle by Griffin Cooley, who has been all over the place. And then Van Kam almost brought it in.
What a great play. Great break by Griffin Cooley. Very ball savvy for a freshman there. Gets a hand on it, and as you said, the ball's tipped up in the air, and Van Kam almost made the interception. Now 4th down, Andy.
And now Edgerton already 0 for 1 on 4th downs. That was a 4th and short. This is 4th and 9 at the 35 of Montpelier. Nichols a running back. Twins both ways. Everett's to throw. Everett's on a route down the field into double coverage. It's incomplete. Montpelier, terrific bracket coverage down the field. Bracketed by Carmelo Jones and Trayson Godfrey, and nothing doing. It's actually not Brennan Friend, 3-2, not 2-2, and they'll turn Edgerton over on downs for a 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, another great defensive stand from Montpelier, and they were in great position there, knocked the ball away. There was no window for Everett to throw the ball, and just reading the body language right now, Montpelier's fired up and playing without emotion. Not so much for the Dogs.
So a 1st down takeover for Montpelier at their own 35. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Friend is the running back. Going in motion, a man to the far side of the formation on 1st down and 10. Gurrell wants to throw. Gurrell has Chavez Martin, and he can't bring it in.
Yeah.
Martin had Krantz beat again That's at least 3 receivers in this first half of play for Montpelier that have gotten behind the Edgerton secondary, and they just haven't been able to hook it up.
A lot of speed for Chavez Martin. Sometimes doesn't take very good angles when the ball is in the air. Let me tell you something. By Grant Garrell, that ball was a big-time throw on a rope about 35 yards downfield, and Chavez Martin should have caught that for a touchdown.
2nd down and 10 from their own 35. Montpelier right to left in a scoreless game, not quite a minute in, and movement up front again. And that'll be another false start penalty against Montpelier. Next week, Foz and I will be in Eden, a game that didn't happen last year. Toledo Area Athletic Conference. Northwood had a COVID situation they had to deal with, and Eden had to find a game. Ended up going to Norwalk St. Paul on a Saturday, played a terrific game there. And now they'll play this year in Eden. We'll have that next Friday night in week 4. 2nd down and 15. Garrell to throw. Garrell down the middle, and that one's overthrown. Was looking for Braden Brink, and it's incomplete.
I like the arm strength for Garrell, though. Has kind of a long windup, but he has plenty of power in his arm. He spins the ball real well.
So it'll be 3rd down and 15 now for Montpelier at their own 30. Own 30. Hash mark far side. No score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Glad you could be with us here tonight. Montpelier will send 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, and again, a false start. Montpelier at times tonight, Foz has been their own worst enemy.
They're playing so hard, and really, they're playing very well tonight. And you're right, just kind of shooting themselves in the foot with these illegal procedures.
Brody Flagel talking to about 3 of his O-line and D-line here on the near side as they have rotated bodies out. Montpelier winning the line of scrimmage right now on a more consistent basis. On 3rd and long, Garrell wants to throw, and he throws into danger territory down the seam, and there were more Bulldogs back there than Locos. And Montpelier's lucky that's an incomplete pass. Edgerton had terrific coverage, and it'll be 4th down and in a punting situation now coming up for the Montpelier Locos. It'll be their 3rd punt of the night.
Hey, we're already 2 minutes into the 2nd quarter. We've got a 0-0 game here, Andy. It's turning out to be a pretty competitive game so far.
Yep.
A lot of football to be played.
Yep.
But
Smith to punt. Everett's waiting on the return, standing at about his 47-yard line. Smith took a little extra time, almost got it blocked by Blake Flower. Kicks it away from Corey Everett. It'll roll dead at the 41-yard line. So a successful punt because Corey Everett didn't get to touch it. 34 yards and no return.
that's sometimes in high school ball. You've heard me talk about that before, Andy. I've never been a big fan with just putting one returner back, and because punters don't kick the ball as far or as high, and it just seems more times than not you don't get any return at all in high school ball. But
1st and 10, Edgerton from their own 41-yard line, moving left to right. Can they get something cranked up now offensively? 2 receivers both ways. Nichols is the only running back. Montpelier with a front 3. Everett's to throw. Everett's looking. Wheel route. Got Pasillo wide open. 40, 30, 20, 10. Goodbye. Touchdown. 59 yards. Everett's to Pasillo on the wheel route.
Yeah, Montpelier or Edgerton just faked a little bubble screen. Brennan Friend bid all the way on that, and Pasillo was wide open. Nobody there.
A quick hitting drive for Edgerton to break through on the scoreboard. Parker Eldon now to try the point after. Quentin Blue to hold. Touchdown comes at the 10:33 mark of this second quarter. Snap is down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 10:33 left in the opening quarter, or opening half of football. Edgerton 7, Montpelier nothing. This is high school football on V-Rock Sports.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, It feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call your State Farm agent, Jody Herman, in downtown Archbold today.
Ten and a half to go. First half of football, Foz, and some life from Edgerton on the offensive side as they hit the big play for 59 yards. Everett to Pasillo for the touchdown.
Yeah, really just poorly defended by Montpelier, and it was just a little bubble screen out, and then Montpelier took bit on it, and there was just nobody out there. And Everett's as good as a quarterback as he is. You and I could have probably thrown that one.
Well, I know the Foz could. The Foz can still throw darts and drop dimes.
Oh, I'm not dropping anything.
Approaching the age of 40.
30.
30? I mean, come on. Our listeners will buy 40. They're not buying 30 on this guy anymore, all right, dude? But back to your point, you're right. It was a simple pitch and catch, and Edgerton, despite some time of possession issues and some stops by Montpelier, they lead first. Here's Brennan Friend, who's going to be dragged down from behind at the 25-yard line. Special teams play by Joel Walkup, and Montpelier with a 1st and 10 there from their own 25-yard line. Ball will rest middle of the field. Gurrell will have Ash Walls in the backfield with him. Martin and Cameron Smith will come out to the left. 2 receivers go out to the right. Rummel and Brink. Back to throw is Gurrell. Gurrell on an out route, caught at the 30 by Smith, and he's ushered out of bounds by Carter Herman. That'll be a gain of 7 on the play, and a 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Nice strong ball by Gurrell, standing up strong. Good route by Cam Smith. Again, as I said, very athletic, sophomore, skilled player, can really play anywhere. Running back, wide receiver.
Gurrell was a kid last year that was starting to come on at that quarterback spot and had an injury end his season prematurely. 2nd and 3 from the 32. Twins both ways. Walls will get, play action to him, and a snap to the far side, caught by Rummel. He's going to have a 1st down up to the 39-yard line. Gang tackled there after a gain of 7. Corey Everett, Elijah Martin among those on the stop.
Love the play action scheme there by Coach Robinson, pulling both guard and tackle across, and then it's a play action fake out of that. Montpelier's a well-coached team. They've got great schemes. Again, just give them time. We're already seeing some improvement this week than what Montpelier had the prior 2 weeks. Significant improvement.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. 1st and 10 Montpelier at their own 39, trailing 7-0. 9:45 to go in the half, and more movement. Another false start penalty against Montpelier. Coverage tonight being brought to you in part by Yarger Flagle Investment Services of Edgerton, featuring IRAs, pension rollovers, mutual funds, variable annuities, and so much more. They're located North Michigan Avenue in Edgerton. Phone them at 419-298-2000. 1st and 15 now for Montpelier. Back at their own 34-yard line. 2 receivers right and left. Walls is the only running back standing to the left of Gurrell, who's, of course, in the shotgun. Motion man is Rummel to the near side. Walls gets it. Walls has a hole. Great jump cut. Walls dragged down by Roth, and on a 1st and 15, he gallops for 13 of them. Terrific move to get from inside to outside, Fozzie.
Yeah, you got to make one guy miss. That's what running back coaches tell them. The offensive line's got to get you through the hole. You got to make one guy miss, and Ash Walls did that.
2nd and 2. Montpelier at their own 47-yard line. Double wing look, receiver both ways. Walls remains the running back on this 2nd and 2. Smith comes in motion. They'll get it to him on the jet sweep. Smith can't get away from Roth. Forward progress is going to get him close to the 1st down.
That's as good as you can play it by Owen Roth there, who had 2 offensive players blocking him. He strung out the ball of Cam Smith to the sideline as long as he can, kept his outside shoulder free, and then made the tackle.
They did not give him any forward progress, so it remains a no gain, and it remains a 3rd and 2. Two receivers right, a wing and a receiver to the left, and a Montpelier timeout. 8:23 left, first half of football. Edgerton 7, Montpelier nothing. A third and short coming up for Montpelier when we return.
The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer take great pride in caring for families, and they'll work tirelessly to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. In addition to the services that are offered, you'll receive an online memorial that you can share with family and friends. They have a wide range of resources to support you, not only today, but in the weeks and months to come. The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer saying good luck to the athletes in tonight's game.
Welcome back out here to Edgerton. We're at Stauffer Field tonight on a beautiful week 3. Happy Labor Day weekend to one and all. Happy to have you with us here. Been a good first half. Not what we expected necessarily, but a really good first half. Good football game. 7-0 Bulldogs, and a 3rd and 2 for Montpelier coming up.
Montpelier doing some good things offensively. Right now, Gorell is 6 for 14 for 55 yards, and Ash Walls has carried the ball 3 times for 27 yards.
3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left on a 3rd and 2 in this empty formation. Edgerton creeping Nichols up. They pick the blitz up, but Flower got through, forced the hurry, and it's an interception for Corey Everett. Gorell got pounded as Nichols came clean on the blitz, and Everett with the interception to stop the drive near midfield.
Yeah, Warren Nichols just wasn't blocked. It was a whiff block, if you will, and came in and put a lot of pressure on Gorell. The ball sailed, and then, of course, that great secondary for Edgerton, and Corey Everett's as good as they come out there, made a nice play on it.
So the interception sets Edgerton up in plus territory at the Montpelier 49. Still 8:17 to go, first half. 2 receivers both ways. Nichols, the running back. Now they'll bring Roth in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Everett wants to throw. Wants the seam route. Got Pasillo. He's got it. 10-5. End zone touchdown. Bang, bang. It's a 2-score Edgerton lead.
Play action fake. Hit the deep post. Montpelier safeties got caught looking in the backfield, and Pasillo got behind him. And, of course, once again, Corey Everett's delivering a very nice ball for 6.
The last 2 Edgerton drives, 1 snap, touchdown 59 yards. 1 snap, touchdown 49 yards. And now the extra point attempt from Eldon at the 8:09 mark of the second quarter. Snap, spot, kick is on the way, and the extra point is good. 8:09 to play in this first half of football. Edgerton 14, Montpelier nothing. You're listening to high school football coverage on a Friday on B-Rock Sports.
For all of your insurance needs, see Denny Gehrig or Elaine Hake at Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street in Montpelier. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance, plus financial responsibility bonds are available. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency wants to salute and congratulate all of the area athletes for their time and commitment. Good luck to all the athletes. From Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street, Montpelier.
Andy and the Foz from Stauffer Field in Edgerton. Edgerton now with a 2-score advantage thanks to 2 snaps from scrimmage, 2 TD passes. Everett to Pasillo on both of them.
Well, he's already got a very high completion percentage all year long. Today he's 4 for 5, 150 yards.
That'll take it up. He was 75% coming in.
Yeah, 4 for 5, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns already. So
how'd I do? You're a math guy, right, Dave? Yeah, I did pretty well on that. Yeah. Yep. I had to make sure I got the adding in there because the Foz, you teeter on math, don't you? That's not your history, but
no, I love math, buddy. Geometry, calculus, bring that stuff on. That's nothing to me.
Here's the Pasillo kick. It's a twisting, turning roller that Ash Walls scoops up, but he dropped a knee to the turf inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line.
There's a couple mental breaks there by the Locomotives, and that's not to downplay, the big play capability of Edgerton by any stretch of the imagination. But both big touchdowns were really blown coverages, and the safeties on that time got peeking in the backfield and really sucked up way too high. And the time before bit on the bubble. So just some mental breakdowns, I think, there defensively for the Locomotives.
We are told that undefeated Archbold trails Lake 14-10 in the first half.
Lake must be okay.
3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Gurrell from the empty. Gurrell hit. That's a loose football. And it's going to be recovered by Blake Martin. And Gurrell is down. His arm was in that position you never want to see a quarterback in, starting to throw. And I think that's a live football. I think that's a good call if they say fumble and recovery by Edgerton.
I do too. And now, right now, the attention goes on to Gurrell. Hopefully he's okay. Of course, as you said, last year he had broke that arm area. And certainly we hope it's nothing like that. But
training staff going to tend to him. We'll see what the official call is when we come back.
Chase a brighter future with Veland Chase, hiring full-time second shift production and maintenance employees for their brass rod facility located in Holiday City. Starting wages at $19 per hour, earning up to $23 after the first year with shift premiums and overtime available. They also provide bonus potential, full benefits including medical, dental, vision, and 401k with company match and college tuition reimbursement. If you're looking for a great career with a strong manufacturing company that's been here for over 50 years, visit brassjobs.com. They want to help you chase a brighter future at Veland Chase. Please apply at brassjobs.com.
Okay, a couple of quick things. We want to make sure we verify the Archbold might be up on Lake. We'll get a verification on that in a moment. Grant Gurrell did walk off under his own power, and they have changed their, well, we don't know what they officially called to begin with. The officials got together, and they say it's an incomplete pass. I think they missed that, my own personal opinion. But it was a bang-bang play. They say it's an incomplete forward pass, so 2nd down and 10. Gurrell has to leave for at least a play.
Unless Montpelier calls his final timeout, he does have to leave for a play. That leaves a freshman, Hayden Sharps, very talented, but has not had any varsity snaps.
And it will be Sharps, the freshman, who will at least take this one snap. We'll see.
My
if
guess
it's
is,
beyond.
Yeah, Montpelier probably play conservative here and give the ball on a lead to Ash Walls.
2nd down and 10 as Walls is the only running back. 2nd and 10 from their own 28. Sharps gives to Walls, and Edgerton knew it was coming. And Flower, who has cranked it up the last couple of defensive series, bringing heat on the quarterback. He's the one that got on that loose football last time, and this time makes the stop in the hole, and that's a loss of 3 on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 13 back at the 25.
Yeah, and that's a good look. We've talked about the linebacking core for Edgerton, Owen Roth and Warren Nichols, and Flower. I mean, that's a really good linebacking core that they have, and they've made some big plays already tonight.
So Lake is leading Archibald. That is confirmed, and it is 14-10. The freshman Sharps stays in. Play clock down at 5, at 4. Better hurry, and a timeout. Andy Robinson recognizing maybe they weren't going to get the play off. Well, nope, we're going to get a flag. He was trying to call timeout, but the flag happened first. So now, since that injury to Gurrell, things have just continued to go sideways. It's now 3rd and 18 for Montpelier.
And sometimes you get a new quarterback in there, and his cadence is a little bit different. The offensive linemen don't recognize the voice patterns as much, and maybe he pauses a little longer. So a lot of different reasons for the possibility. Of course, coaches don't want to hear that for legal procedure.
So 3rd and 18, 7:05 and counting to play first half, 14-0 Edgerton. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Sharps on a bubble screen. It's caught near side Smith. Smith to the 20, 25, wrestled down from behind. Owen Roth able to track him down. That'll be a gain of about 6 on the play, but well shy of a first down, and Montpelier a 3 and out.
Good, comfortable call, though, there by Andy Robinson. Let the freshman get comfortable. You can see the velocity of the ball coming off of his fingertips there. He's got the goods going forward. Just needs to get some confidence in himself.
Corey Everett's drifting back on his side of the field for the time being, awaiting this Smith punt, standing at his 46.
Always very scary when Corey Everett's is back returning a punt.
Here's the kick by Smith. This is going to bounce at the 47, and Everett's unable to get to it. That will roll dead at the 32-yard line. So the roll will make that a 42-yard punt and no return. And Edgerton, who has had it for 2 snaps offensively the last 2 times, they've scored on that first snap each time. Now they'll send the offense back out there with a ton of momentum and up 2 touchdowns. 6:40 remaining. What was a scoreless game in real time about, 10, 15 minutes ago, now has Edgerton on top 14-0 as they begin this drive at their own 32-yard line. Moving left to right. Nichols, the only running back. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Now the officiating crew going to get together here on a quick discussion. Side judge coming in to talk to the referee. Haven't heard anything on Eden Hicksville. Eden a favorite to try to maybe grab their first win of the season tonight. A couple of 0-2 teams playing down the road on 49. Everett's quick fire, a little curl route caught by Pasillo. He bangs his way out. 9 for sure and maybe 10. Walls and Smith and Cooley all a part of the tackle, but it is a gain of 10 on the play, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Edgerton. Finding their rhythm and groove offensively now.
Yeah, again, Edgerton's not huddling, but plays are not being called at the tempo that we saw them in week 1. More methodical.
Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Nichols gets into the act. Nichols not going to find any running room. Eli Fackler, a handful of tackles in the first half, and they'd love to see. Eli was out there. I remember talking to my brother, Joey, who was the head coach the last couple of seasons, saying pound for pound as good a football player. They just had to keep Eli healthy. He just was one of those kids that found injuries.
Yeah.
You know, and there's certain kids that it happens to.
Made 3 tackles today already. He's physically just a specimen out there, about 6'3" and almost 200 pounds.
Short gain of 1, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Man comes in motion. It's Herman to the near side. Penalty flag flies, and we get yet another false start penalty. It will back Edgerton up 5. So now it'll be a 2nd and 13-14 play coming up. 14-0 Edgerton. 5:43 to go. First half of football. Couple of Everett's to Pasillo TD passes. 59 and 49 yards. The points on the board right now. Grant Gurrell standing on that far sideline. He left the starting quarterback on the last series for Montpelier with that upper arm, shoulder area type injury, and more movement. Edgerton again.
I tell you, this is getting frustrating. Both teams just not holding their water, as you say. You got to be disciplined. You got to be focused.
Archbold has taken the lead on Lake, 17-14. By the way, Dave Dominic, head coach at Archbold. Brody Flagel, who's the head coach at Edgerton. They'll be Mike and I's guests this Wednesday night on Sports Weekly. Our final season on Wednesday nights together, my good friend. So we hope
fun.
People can get out.
Andy, they're going to wave that flag away by Edgerton there, so it's not going to be a penalty.
Wasion leading Napoleon 7-0. Now the official's going to come together again. Andy Robinson wants an explanation.
He wants to know why they picked it up and decided it was not a legal motion.
Bluffton leads Ayersville 13-7. Week 3 games rolling around the area. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Pasillo comes in motion to the near side of the formation. Everett's to throw, fake the bubble. Looks back the other way, a wide open Carter Herman makes this grab at the 45. He will be harnessed immediately by Nathan Rummel at that 45-yard line. Short gain, and it'll be 3rd down and about 7 for the first down.
Short gain, but again, Corey Everett's the accuracy right now, 6 for 7 for 165 yards.
Brian mauling Fairview 35-0. That's still in the first half there.
Fairview going to struggle for a couple of years, but they have a really good 8th grade class, so watch out in the future for the Apaches.
Here's 3rd and 7. Everett's to throw, looking for Pasillo. Got it. 35-30. Run out of bounds. Down at the 25-yard line. Brennan Friend saves a touchdown. That's a gain of 31 on a 3rd and 8, and it moves the chains for the Bulldogs and a first down.
Yeah, they got a matchup problem with Pasillo. He's kind of having his way here. Now that's his 4th catch already. 2 of them touchdowns.
1st and 10. Liberty Center leading Otsego at halftime. That's a good matchup of 2-0 teams. 6-0 Tigers.
Otsego's supposed to be pretty good this year.
1st and 10, Edgerton at the 24. Here's Roth in motion. Fake the jet sweep. A run for Everett's. Clotheslined and brought down on the play. Good job by Zajeski off the edge to slow him up, and then the linebackers came in to clean him up.
Physically up front, Montpelier's done a nice job of containing, at least in the running game, Corey Everett's. He hasn't gotten loose yet. He's thrown the ball very effectively, but they did a nice job against the run.
No gain on the play. Everett's 5'11", 155, and he knows going into every game he's going to take a pounding most times because they're asking their quarterback to run a lot. Low snap or high snap, loose ball. Everett's going to try to make something out of it and does. Got maybe a yard when it could have been a loss of 8-9.
He is so tough, though. 155 pounds, Andy, and 5'9". Takes shots like he does. Keeps popping up.
Delta leads Paulding 27-0 in a non-conference game. Conference play getting underway next week across the board in our leagues that we cover, NWOAL, GMC, TAC. WBL started last week.
You know, you always ask me, who do you like in the GMC, Angie?
I think Tenora is your favorite until somebody beats Tenora.
Okay.
But I like Antwerp a lot after seeing them last week. Boy, they have full command of that offense right now. Aldemus does. 3rd and long when we come back. 3:58 to go in the half. 14-zip. Dogs in front.
Are you looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions.
You know, I don't know if I've ever asked you this as we come back to a break. People around the area going, where's he going with this convo? But how much would you, as the all-Ohio quarterback that you were, would have loved to have played in a spread?
Yeah, they didn't have it in those days.
No.
They didn't have it
I mean, would you have been just salivating at that?
You know, Rich Spurrier was kind of the guy, right? Mouse Davis, Spurrier back in the mid-90s. And I'll come back to that with the shotgun.
3rd down and long. 3rd and 10, Edgerton at the Montpelier 24. Pasillo goes in motion. Fake it. Now they want to go to the screen, and it's incomplete for Pasillo. Some heat coming from Jamison Grimm and Ethan Von Kamm. And now it's a 4th and 10. Now remember, Edgerton's been stopped a couple of times on downs tonight.
They sure have. Play action pass. Again, Edgerton's routes, passing routes, are really not all that sophisticated. It's usually 2-man routes, sometimes 3-man routes. And you see a lot of posts, which are 10-yard and in patterns, and a lot of flags, which are 10-yard and out patterns.
So in no man's land again, going for it on 4th and long. 4th and 10. 3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers left. Empty backfield. Everett's to throw. Has time. Fires left. Got a man open in Herman. He's got it for a touchdown. Got behind Ethan Von Kamm, and on 4th and 10 at the 24, Edgerton cashes in.
Flag route there by Herman. A nice job of angling in and just fading to the end zone. And once again, Corey Everett just puts it right on the money. That's his 3rd touchdown pass. Dogs, all 3 of their touchdown passes through the air. Corey Everett's 2 of them to Pasillo.
And now
that
Herman.
time to Corey Herman.
Carter Herman, the 6', 150-pound junior, getting into the act. Eldon's extra point is good, and Parker Eldon makes it a 21-0 Edgerton lead. 3:48 remaining in this first half of football. Back in 30 seconds.
Hi, I'm Sally Jo Metzger with the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. It's fair season, and we'll have a booth at the Fulton County Fair this year. Come out and save 10% on all upright memorials. The Fackler Monument Company features the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. You can go online to facklermonument.com to see what we have to offer. And we're bringing you the opportunity to save 10% at the Fulton County Fair. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
3:48, time remaining, first half here in this Week 3 matchup between Edgerton and Montpelier. Edgerton in front 21-0 on the Andres and Illinois scoreboard. While we have a couple of minutes, spread offense. What would you like to?
I remember when Florida did that. I don't know, 93, 94, and they got in the shotgun because Florida State was really good in those days, and the defensive ends were blasting. I think it was Danny Werfel. And then Spurrier, who was throwing the ball all over the place anyway, but it was still under center, decides to get this novel idea of shotguns. Now, we've seen the shotgun and
Cowboys
the
made that
single
famous,
wing, and
right?
we've seen all that for many years going way back. But that was kind of the thing with that combination of the air raid, and it was somewhat new during that time, and ever since then, everybody's kind of confident. Now it's really uncommon to see somebody not running the spread anymore, especially in colleges across the country.
Edgerton kicks one, spins out of bounds on the far side. Bottom line, though, I mean, come on. That's candy from a baby for you back there.
Come on now. Let's move on.
Huh?
Yeah. Montpelier Locomotives really playing hard, but giving up 3 big plays. And credit, of course, the great athletes of Carter Herman and Pasillo, and, of course, Corey Everts making a great play. His statistics tonight, not bad, right? 8 for 9 already passing, 3 touchdowns. Not too bad.
Not shabby at all. Andy Robinson has decided that they are going to decline that penalty and take the football. Grant Gurrell is back out there after sitting out a couple of plays.
Good to see him back. I think maybe, I don't know, but maybe the wind got knocked out of him on that one, Ange. Didn't see him holding his arm. Originally, we thought it was the arm, but...
Montpelier takes over on their own 35. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left. Make it 2 receivers to the left. Gurrell to throw. Gurrell throws. It's caught. And great timing defensively. Scotty Krantz, who has been beaten a couple of times and just dodged bullets, puts the lumber on Cam Smith after a gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
If you're Edgerton, you'll live with that. Let Montpelier catch the ball underneath, rally to the football.
2nd down and 6. Montpelier at their own 39.
Montpelier, much like Edgerton, is in a no-huddle, but not really up-tempo. More methodical, both sides of the ball for Edgerton and Montpelier when they run their offense.
Play clock still at 12, so time there. Trips to the right, 1 receiver left. Friend is the lone running back. Here's your 2nd and 6. The give is to Friend. Friend finds a sliver in the middle there. Sean Murphy brought him down, but ran out to about the 43-yard line and leaves Montpelier in one of those manageable situations, a 3rd down and 2, and they're going to hurry back to the line of scrimmage as Edgerton was substituting here. Edgerton in a big mass state of confusion, and Brody Flegel and Chase McClellan, the DC, not happy about the substituting patterns and guys getting in, getting out. Montpelier is about ready to snap it and had Edgerton on their heels. 3rd and 2, Montpelier when we come back, 21-zip, Bulldogs in front.
Looking to earn good money in a great work atmosphere? Come join the team at 2020 Custom Molded Plastics in Holiday City. They're now looking for full-time and part-time production operators, and they have schedules that fit everyone. Earn $500 monthly for perfect attendance, refer a friend, and get a $500 referral bonus. No mandated overtime, clean environment, and full benefits at 30 days. Apply online today at 2020cmp.com, then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 for open interviews on Selwyn Drive in Holiday City.
This is high school football on a Friday night in week 3 on 100.9 WBNO FM in Bryan, crossing the 8 o'clock hour here tonight. What was a scoreless game early stages of the second quarter is now turned into a 21-0 Edgerton lead. 2:41 left in the half. Montpelier with a 3rd and 2 at their own 43. No timeouts left for Edgerton. 1 remaining for Montpelier. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Friend gets the call. Jump stop to get outside and will be dragged down near midfield by Carter Herman, but he's able to get the 1st down on a gain of 8.
Really impressed with the running style of Brennan Friend there and how he moved so well laterally that time. He stopped, did a nice job of redirecting, and really made 2 Edgerton Bulldogs just miss. So a nice young running back, Brennan Friend, who's only going to get better.
Back to the line of scrimmage here for Montpelier. They officially mark it at their own 49. Gurrell throws the bubble to the far side. It's going to be caught, but not a lot of room to run for Nathan Rummel because Caden Pasillo played that beautifully. That'll be a loss of 5 on the pass, and it'll be 2nd and 15.
Now, what Montpelier, Andy Robinson, is going to try to manage this a little bit. Of course, he wants to try to score, win the game, but he also doesn't want to give the ball back. We're only on 2nd down. I'm sorry.
Well, either way, though, but to your point, remember, Edgerton can't stop the clock anymore to try to get the ball back themselves because they just had to burn their final timeout a moment ago. 2nd and 15. Gurrell still to throw it. Gurrell down the field. Sliding attempt, and it's incomplete. Braden Brink was the intended target. Pasillo back in coverage, had pretty good coverage there. Yeah. Now it does help Edgerton because the clock stops at 1:41.
Yeah, now what do you do if you're Andy Robinson? Again, 1:41 left. Still time for you offensively to score. But the last thing you want to do, especially since the last 3 possessions, you have not been able to stop Corey Everett in that air raid attack to give them the ball back with a minute and 15 or a minute 20. So looks like Montpelier is going to play aggressive. I think I like that call. Still in the game, still want to win the game. In order to do that, you're going to have to score on this series.
5 wide, 3 to the left. Gurrell to throw. Gurrell looks over the middle. Got a wide open Martin. 50, 45, 40. Martin with speed. Juggled it on the hit, but hangs on to the football as he gets down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 20 on 3rd and 15 and a first down pickup.
Yeah, it looked like there was a busted coverage. There was really nobody there in the intermediate area. Nice job by Gurrell finding Chavez Martin, and as you said, Andy, he's got great speed.
Same formation, 3 left, 2 receivers right in the empty set. Gurrell gets the snap. Gurrell to Smith on a quick screen, and rallying to the football in a hurry, the Edgerton defense. First man for Edgerton to wrap him up on the near side was Scotty Krantz. That'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 13. Montpelier back at the Edgerton 40-yard line. Main Stop's halftime show coming up in less than a minute. Montpelier back to the line of scrimmage. 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Gurrell, pressure up the middle, fires near side. Pass is caught by Smith. Forward progress, though, keeps him in bounds. He was wrapped up by Carter Herman. Clock ticks. Montpelier does have 1 timeout left. 35, 34. That's at the 42-yard line.
It's taking a lot of time here.
Gurrell had to get rid of that as Cooper Everett was breathing down his neck with a good quarterback pressure that time. 3 down linemen for Edgerton. 5 wide. This time they flipped the 3 to the right on 3rd and long. Gurrell got a man over the middle, but Everett was playing center field, and Corey Everett with the pick. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. Returning it all the way near midfield. Now hold on. We have an injury to a Montpelier player. We have a flag at midfield, all with 8.9. So let's wait and see what happens here.
A couple things here. First of all, great play by Corey Everett, his 2nd interception, if it stands. Before that, though, there was a pass interference call there, Montpelier, and I believe it was number 7. Nathan Rummel, he's
the injured loco.
He got tackled, and the official was right there, and I cannot believe there was not a flag thrown. That's pass interference. Does not take away from the great play for Corey Everett, because he wasn't the one who made the pass interference, but that was. Now, the flag that we see here is actually towards the backfield. I don't know
if
it's
they've already
hold or
it's a hold on Montpelier, so it's already been declined.
So it's been declined. So Edgerton's going to have the ball back with just about 8 or 9 seconds here. So if you're a Montpelier fan, you're really disappointed, and Andy Robinson's out there arguing. And I think Andy Robinson's right. That's a pass interference.
And the point you make was it was right in front of that
It
official.
really was right in front of the official. And again, we give officials all the credit in the world, and they've done a nice job tonight, and we need them out there, don't we? But I think that was just one of those that they plain simple missed because Nathan Rummel got tackled.
So barring a penalty here, 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. 8.9 left in the half. Edgerton up 21-0 following the INT by Corey Everett. They'll have it at their own 47. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Nichols is the running back. Pasillo has broken free twice tonight. Everett looks over the middle. It's Pasillo at the 35. Pasillo at the 30. At the 25. He'll be down there. The clock stops after a gain of 28. I don't think with a half second if they can get up and spike this in time to get one more play off. They've marked it for play. No, they do. Although now a whistle to stop everything. Clock has hit 0. Is that what it is? Half over? Half is over, says the officiating crew. That's how the half will come to an end. Edgerton 21, Montpelier nothing. You're listening to Week 3 coverage of high school football on a Friday night on B-Rock Sports.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the damage doesn't have to be too damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company, SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Looking for something different for your next event? The Eager Beaver Axe Hole is perfect for birthdays, corporate parties, and other special occasions. Axe Ring Lane's full-service bar, keno, pool tables, and more. Reserve your lanes today or ask about their exclusive VIP room. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or call 419-980-7121. The Eager Beaver Axe Hole, just off State Route 24 in Defiance. Defiance's first axe throwing venue.
Clean up your outdoor space this fall and get ready for winter at Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan. You'll find Ego cordless blowers and cordless chainsaws or a Milwaukee 16-inch lithium-ion battery-powered chainsaw, all on sale now. For those last-minute outdoor projects, select Milwaukee hand tools. Your choice, $14.99, or a Little Giant 22-foot multi-purpose ladder. Buy the ladder and get the ladder tool tray for free. Everything you need you can find at Donaldson's Ace Hardware in Bryan. Ace, the helpful place. When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
We are back at Edgerton and the main stops in Northwest Ohio halftime report. Let's talk about first half scoring in this one. Edgerton leading it 21-0 at the intermission. Touchdowns for Edgerton, pretty easy to diagnose. 3 TD passes for Corey Everett, 2 to Caden Pasillo, 1 to Carter Herman, and the touchdown passes to Pasillo were both one-play drives. Everett's to Pasillo, 59 yards. Everett's to Pasillo, 49 yards. And then on their next to last possession of the first half, Everett's found Carter Herman for a 24-yard TD pass. That actually was a 9-play, 68-yard drive there for the touchdown. Montpelier did some good things in that first half on both sides of the ball, but mistakes keeping them off the board offensively, whether they be penalties or the 2 INTs thrown by Grant Gorell in the first half. We'll continue with more on our main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime report. We'll take a look at first half numbers when we come back. Forge into the future with Edgerton Forge Incorporated on US 6 just outside of Edgerton. Open interviews Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. with immediate openings for maintenance and first and third shift general laborer with pay up to $21.93 an hour. Apply online at edgertonforge.com/careers or stop in to see them for an application and tour the facility at 257 East Morrison Street in Edgerton. Come see what they're all about and join them as they forge ahead. Edgerton Forge Incorporated in Edgerton. Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op. Halftime here in Edgerton, 21-0. The 2-0 Bulldogs lead 0-2 Montpelier. And Mike Bumb,
Angie,
statistics from that first half of play, if you would.
Let's start with the Montpelier Locomotives. Grant Gorell was 11 for 23 for 68 yards. He did have the 2 picks. Rushing the football, the Locomotives carried the ball 10 times for 25 yards. And Montpelier did have a lot of long, methodical drives, Angie. They had 13 first downs. That's a lot of first downs. in the first half. Individually for the Locomotives, Ash Walls carried the ball 4 times for 25 yards, and Brennan Friend had 3 carries for 7 yards. Catching the ball for the Locomotives, the leader, Chavez Martin, caught the ball twice for 34 yards. Griff Cooley had a catch for 13, and Cam Smith had 5 catches for 18. And for the Edgerton Bulldogs, we have 21 points now, and the score is 21-0 Edgerton. Leading the way for the Dogs, of course, Mr. Everything, 9 for 14, and get this already in the first half, 244 yards and 3 TDs, no turnovers, pretty impressive for, of course, Corey Everett. Dogs only had 6 first downs. Of course, the last 3 possessions were all 1 or 2 play possessions and scoring quickly through the air. Edgerton has ran the ball 10 times, only 20 yards, so credit Montpelier's defense doing a really nice job of stopping the Edgerton run. Individually for the Edgerton Bulldogs, running the football, Warren Nichols leads the way with 3 carries for 10 yards. Corey Everett's as big of a factory as he's been through the air. Montpelier, as I said, did a nice job of kind of bottling him up a little bit. We'll see if that continues in the second half. Catching the ball for the Edgerton Bulldogs, Caden Pasillo, 5 catches, 179 yards. Pretty good first half for him, too. And that's 2 touchdowns. Riley Kolar also caught 1 catch for 36 yards, and Carter Herman had 1 catch for 25 yards, and that was a touchdown for the Edgerton Bulldogs. Overall, the Edgerton Bulldogs have 264 total yards of offense, and the Montpelier Locomotives 93 yards of total offense. And the score at the halves, 21-0 Edgerton.
So Edgerton, little slow or sluggish start, got going there in that early to mid part of the second quarter and on to build the 21-0 lead. So we'll talk about their lessons learned coming up later at halftime. I want to focus in on Montpelier here initially. The total yardage is at just under 100 yards, but there have been flashes of good things on both sides of the football, and I know they're still getting shut out, and at the end of the day, that's still what it's all about, is what are you doing to get into the end zone, and they haven't yet, but in a building process that the program is in right now, some positives in that locker room, but also the mistakes have really killed Montpelier, whether they be penalties, which Edgerton has had their share of them too. They're not escaping any wrath at all at halftime, don't think that, but also a couple turnovers as well. So mistakes killing Montpelier tonight.
Yeah, 2 turnovers, of course, and again, as you said, Andy, the penalties are things that you have to certainly talk about with your team. If not tonight, certainly in the film session tomorrow. I've always been careful. Don't talk about too many mistakes at halftime, because what's your kids going to do then? Focus on those mistakes and not focusing on playing hard. And I think sometimes, some coaches will do that. I don't think that's necessarily the right way to go. But you're right. Some positives from Montpelier offensively. 93 yards isn't anything that's going to blow your mind, but they've had some nice drives against a very good Edgerton team. Probably a better roster, man for man, Edgerton has this year than Montpelier, but you're seeing progress. I like the play calling by Andy Robinson, which does not surprise me, because I'm telling you, he is going to be an outstanding. He's got the goods. He just has the goods.
These are 2 of the real good young and up-and-coming coaches.
And Brody Flagel, of course, has been really great and has had great success here at Edgerton. And the amount of state playoff appearances they've had speaks for themselves. And, boy, you talk about a good quarterback. I remember one night him putting about 1,000 on me, and I had a blackout because he was so good. So Brody Flagel, when he was a player, was really good, and he's even a better coach. Now Edgerton probably showed up a little bit flat. Again, not surprising. We kind of anticipated that. You're coming off a game against Hilltop where your starters only played about a quarter or not much more after that, and you really were never challenged. You're going into a week with your heavy favorites, because sometimes that plays on the psyche as much as Brody Flagel was probably telling his team to make sure you're focused. Kids sometimes don't do that. I don't care if you're a kid or you're an adult. Sometimes you lose focus when you know that maybe
good point.
You're going to probably have a good chance of winning. And then you add into the homecoming. So those are all excuses that you and I can sit back here and give. I know Coach Flagel's not going to buy all that, though. He's going to say, I want my team to be more focused. So he'll have a lot to talk about in film sessions tomorrow. But the bottom line is this. The last 3 possessions they've had the ball, well, excluding, of course, with 8 seconds left in the last turnover, the 3 possessions prior to that all ended in quick scoring touchdowns. So, they're not in bad shape, and they got Corey Everts on their team, and they're having their way at least through the year with Montpelier.
21-0. Edgerton leads Montpelier. It's the main stops of Northwest Ohio. Halftime report. Ben Murray will be along to take a look at other games around Northwest Ohio and those score updates when we come back.
Hi, I'm Molly Culler, your local Allstate agent. I live and work here just like you. And with all kinds of local insurance advice, I am someone you can count on to help you protect all that's good in your life. I make it easy to save on the quality protection you need. I will even help do the switching and paperwork for you. So stop by my office today for a quote. We are located on West High Street in Bryan. That's 1111 West High Street in Bryan.
Michael Jordan once said, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. The Edgerton Bulldogs want it, wish for it, and make it happen. The Edgerton Athletic Boosters want to thank all of the Edgerton athletes for their hard work and dedication, and want to wish the athletes and coaches good luck. So from the Edgerton Athletic Boosters, go get 'em Bulldogs. We're behind you all of the way. Good luck to all the Edgerton athletes.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Eden, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
And good evening, Northwest Ohio. This is Ben Murray live in the B-Rock 100.9 FM studios with your halftime scoreboard update, brought to you by the main stops of Northwest Ohio, always open when you need them, the main stops of Northwest Ohio. And our broadcast game from Stauffer Field in Edgerton with Andy Brigle and Mike Bumb shows Edgerton leading Montpelier 21-0 at half. Halftime in Bryan on our sister station and broadcast with Chris Malenga and the crew. Bryan is up 35-6 over Fairview. Late second quarter, Eden leads Hicksville 36-6. Antwerp is bombing Hilltop 55-0 at halftime. Archbald on top of Lake 31-14. Your halftime score there. Also at halftime, Wasion leads Napoleon 7-0. Liberty Center on top of Otsego 6-0 at half. Columbus Grove over Patrick Henry 7-0, your halftime score there. Ayersville is up on Bluffton 14-13 at halftime. Crestview and Wayne Trace, no score at half. Halftime, Delta leads Paulding 33-0. Swanton up on Rogers 14-6 at the intermission there. And Van Wert leads Defiance 28-0 at halftime. I'll send it back out to Andy Brigle and Mike Bum at Stauffer Field in Edgerton after these messages. This is Ben Murray and and this is B-Rock Sports. Stay with us.
They were once in a car seat. Now they're in the driver's seat. Having a teen driver is scary enough without the added cost to insure them. Let us help you ease your fears and save money with the Teen Smart Driver Safety Program from the Central Insurance Companies. Teen Smart's the most proven driver crash reduction program ever developed. When your teen driver enrolls in and completes the course, you can save hundreds of dollars on your Central auto policy. Call Andrews O'Neill & Lowe today to learn more about this smart way to save money. With offices in Archbold, Bryan, and Wasion, or you can find us online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With Midwest Community Federal Credit Union's new rewards checking account powered by Bazing, you get access to thousands of local discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. All you have to do is show your mobile coupon and save. No matter who you are or what you do, saving money is for everyone. Stop by a Midwest Community branch or visit midwestcommunity.org to open a rewards checking account today.
Be part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio, and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Halftime, 21-0 Edgerton with the lead. No, high school football, of course, going on, but some breaking news earlier today in college football. We are on the precipice of the expansion of the playoffs. It's going to be 12 the way it looks now. It's not official yet, but it's enough that so many outlets are reporting it now. I just want to get your kind of take on it, because here's what we do know. There are reports are 4 byes are going to happen, and they would go to conference champs as byes, and they're going to try to play then the other 8 are at-large teams from the pool that are however many conferences we have by the time it happens. It'll be no later, I think I saw no later than 2026, but the conventional thinking is it's going to be here probably by 24, and if not then by 25. And also the goal is utilizing campus sites as much as possible for at least the opening round games. I understand they want to use bowls, but boy, I mean, do that for your Final Four or your championship game, but I love the fact that I think you have to use campus sites, don't you?
Absolutely, because it costs a lot of money to travel these games, and the last thing you want to do is watch an exciting, high-profile college football game that's half-full stadium. You know, if they're on campus, it's going to be packed. It's going to be an absolute great venue. And down the road into the semifinals and finals, I think, is when you could have neutral site. But you're right, the first round or 2 needs to be on campuses. My question to you is, there's 5 Power 5 school conference winners. If there's only 4 byes, how are they going to work that out?
They said the 4, well, all I read initially was the 4 byes are going to be conference champs. Probably, I would say, the highest ranked 4 conference champs would get the bye.
That makes sense.
So then your argument becomes, well, number 4 over number 5 probably more than the teams in. I think once we get to 12, your argument from 12 to 13, that's a wash now. I mean, you're going to get the 12 best teams in without any problem. Did you have a number in mind, A, that you wanted, and or B, that you thought that they'd settle on?
8 is what I thought and wanted. 12, I think, maybe is a little. I know I'm in the minority. I think overwhelming the public wants a 12-team playoff. I always like the idea of 8 and having those first-round byes somehow, like you said, with the conference champ. But it sounds like 12 is going to happen. Name the tournament and the rounds somehow after a bowl game. I don't know exactly how you do it. Yes, the old traditionalists are not going to like the fact that Bills as we know it may not be how it is anymore. But however, aren't you tired of seeing a bowl of a 5-5 or a 5-7 team?
Very much.
6-6 team.
Very much.
And there's 15 people there, and we're getting kind of watered down. So
very much.
Maybe we're at the right time for it, and I think the majority of the public wants it as well.
Yeah. So that was some news that was kind of breaking here earlier this afternoon in terms of college football. Back to this game. Getting closer to the start of the second half here shortly. So it's 21-0. I'm going to put you in the Edgerton locker room right now. Your overall thoughts on what happened and what now has to happen, because if you're Edgerton, you're thinking finish. So how does that happen for the Bulldogs?
Well, you start off with the football.
Yes.
In the second half here. So if you're Brody Flagel, you're saying let's go down and do just what we have done. 3 of the last 4 possessions and score. Put this up 28-0, get the ball back again, score, and then we get the running clock. And I think you talk a little bit about being focused, because clearly Edgerton came out in the first half. And that's not to take away from all of the good things that Montpelier did. Montpelier came ready to play. And don't think Edgerton was so much focused in that first half. They seem to have gotten back on track now, and of course have got a commanding lead at 21-0. So if you're Coach Flagel, listen, you got only 10 football games that you're guaranteed a year, and now because we're in week 3, you've got only 8 left, counting this one. Don't waste them, all right? Don't waste them by not being focused and worrying about something else. Get out there and finish, and so I think that'll probably be his message. My guess is you're going to see a different Edgerton team here in the third quarter and take care of business. But let's also credit Montpelier what they have done this whole game. They've shown sparks offensively where they've moved the ball, like how Grant Gurrell has thrown the ball. Defensively, they shut down a vaunted running attack that Edgerton has, and this is an Edgerton running attack that put up a lot of yards on the ground against an Eden team who we think is going to be pretty good. So this is not a inferior running team by Edgerton by any stretch of the imagination. Corey Everts is legit. Warren Nichols is legit. And that offensive line is big and powerful, and Montpelier's doing a really good job. So there are things Montpelier can take away that says, listen, we're getting better. Here is your data. Here is your evidence. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Andy Robinson, it's 21-0. You're not out of it.
No.
So what improvements do you need to see out of Montpelier in the second half on the field?
The blown coverages have got to be penalties, of course, and the blown coverage. Those 3 touchdown passes, great passes by Everts. They really were blown. One of them, the guy just got beat. The other 2, the safeties come flying up. Really, I have no idea why. And then there's nobody over the top. And then, of course, the first one to Pasillo, which Montpelier totally bit on the bubble pass, and Pasillo went right down. So those things that Montpelier knows about, their coaches have taught them better. They're schematically, they should be in the right spots, and it's just just not being where you're supposed to be. And that is frustrating, I guess, from a Montpelier standpoint. So we've got to do a better job from the mental aspect of being in the right positions, especially in the secondary, because Montpelier's competing up front in the box area.
Halftime score, Edgerton 21, Montpelier nothing. Our halftime show has been brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio, always open when you need them. And don't forget about Thirsty Thursday, every Thursday at the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Second half coming up from Edgerton. It'll be Edgerton football when we come back.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Hi, Dan Stuckey here, broker owner of Real Estate Advantage Team. Are you getting ready to buy or sell a home? I would love to be your realtor. With over 18 years of experience, I have the expertise to guide you through the home buying or selling process with dignity and care. I will work around your schedule and provide you with everything you need to get to the closing table. So let's get you moving. Call 419-636-5100.
The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer take great pride in caring for families, and they'll work tirelessly to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. In addition to the services that are offered, you'll receive an online memorial that you can share with family and friends. They have a wide range of resources to support you, not only today, but in the weeks and months to come. The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer saying good luck to the athletes in tonight's game.
Second half between Edgerton and Montpelier, just a couple of minutes away. North Central leading Fremont, Indiana, we understand, 24-0 over in Fremont tonight. Fremont came into that game at 2-0.
Wow, that's exciting for North Central. First year of football, and Fremont's had some good teams down the road there from North Central, so I don't know much about Fremont, but I'm a little bit surprised, I guess.
Nearing the midway point of the third quarter, Wayne Trace leads Crestview 6-0 score there. That's Edgerton's first opponent next week in the conference. They go to Wayne Trace a week from tonight.
Yeah, and Crestview's very good. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of football to be played there, but Wayne Trace was my sleeper in the GMC this year.
So 3 of the next 4 for Edgerton are on the road. At Wayne Trace, home with Ayersville, at Paulding, at Fairview. As you and I kind of broke this schedule down from where they're at right now, if they got out of here at 3-0, wins over Paulding and Fairview, at least on paper, that gets Edgerton to 5, right?
Yeah.
Then your remaining games are how do you perform against Wayne Trace, Ayersville back-to-back, and then late in the year, you go to Nora and Edgerton. Those 4 games, I think, tell that, I don't know, expanded playoffs. 6 probably would be good enough to get in to the postseason, but that's your difference between maybe a 6-win and an 8-9-win season and how you perform in those ones.
I think they're probably better in Ayersville. But like you said, Wayne Trace, Tenora, and Antwerp, they got to find a way to win one of those 3 to have a kind of season I think that they hope for, and they're capable of doing that. We'll see what happens. I think they're better than Fairview. I think they're better than who was the other one you said?
It's Wayne Trace, Ayersville, Paulding. They're better than
Paulding. Yeah.
So it'll be Edgerton getting the football first here, moving left to right in this second half, up 21-0, and off we go as the kickoff by Jamison Grimm will bounce to the 15. Near side, Nichols 20, 25-30. Pounds his way across the 40, out near midfield, but a couple of markers down, and this great return for Edgerton appears to be coming back. It'll be an illegal block in the back against Edgerton. Hey, listen, Edgerton, not just as you mentioned, coming out flat, they have been guilty of a lot of miscues tonight with penalties.
Yeah, first 2 weeks of the season, we've seen limited amount of penalties in the games we've had, Edgerton being one of those, and tonight it seems like both teams have not been so successful in that department.
So instead of near midfield, this drive is going to start back near the 15.
Yeah.
As the Bulldogs will go to work here on this Friday night in the second half.
You know, the thing Montpelier will be saying to their defense, listen, you're competing up front. You've given up 3 big plays is all. And that's true. But big plays are also part of the game, too. And they also put points on there. So you got to keep everything underneath you if you're a Locomotive fan.
Officially, their own 19 is where the drive starts, as Wasion now has a 2-touchdown lead on Napoleon, 14-0. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Inside give, Quentin Blue will get his first carry of the night. Able to shake his way across the 20 to about the 25. Gavin Zajeski makes the stop. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play to the 23.
Just haven't been able so far to shake.
2nd down and 6 for Edgerton.
Blue in the game here. That's the first time we've seen him in the backfield.
3 receivers left. 1 receiver to the right, standing up as almost like a tight end. Quarterback run across the 25 to about the 26 or 7. Corey Everett's wrapped up on the play and going to be tackled by Landon Fackler. It'll be 3rd and 2.
And Garrett Garrell been on both tackles there, the brother of Grant Garrell.
So 3rd and 2 for Edgerton at their own 26-yard line. 21-0 Dogs on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Opening minutes of this third quarter, opening possession. Twins left and right. Everett gets the high snap, throws a little hook route to the far side. It's caught. Herman, 30, bounces outside 35. Cameron Smith can't bring him down. 45, tiptoes out of bounds near midfield. That's a gain of 24 on the run. And a 3rd down conversion for Edgerton.
Nice, just little stop route there, and Carter Herman does a nice job of planting and then turning to the outside, which is what you're taught to do. Montpelier lost leverage.
Cooley and Friend up top chased him out of bounds. 1st and 10, Edgerton at their own 49. 3 receivers left to the short side of the field. The 1 receiver to the right is Corey Herman. Nichols is the lone setback. Almost a kind of a pistol look here, and it'll be Nichols on the call. Nichols runs into traffic and runs into the arms of Ashton Mason, a 6-foot, 240-pounder. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 21-zip Bulldogs. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in quarter number 3. We were scoreless early into the second, maybe 3 minutes into the second quarter, and Edgerton back-to-back 1-play scores and then added another one late to take this 21-0 lead. 3 receivers right, 1 left. It's Nichols, who may have juggled it just a little bit on the carry. He is hit and driven down by Garrett Garrell. Forward progress gets him to the 48-yard line, but he's still 7 yards short, Foz, so it'll be 3rd and 7.
And we rightfully so. We talk about the Edgerton linebackers and how good they've been this year. Montpelier linebackers are pretty solid, too. Ash Walls, Garrett Garrell, Athen Van Com, 3 really nice linebackers. That time Garrett Garrell got in. He's had 3 tackles already this first series.
3rd and 7 Edgerton as they go empty. 4 receivers right, 1 to the left. They're going to roll him to the right. Everett looks, throws downfield, caught by Pasillo. Right in front of Friend, a gain of 16. Pasillo having a night, and they will get a first down. The accuracy of Everett's continues. They love to utilize him on those half rolls and is very efficient and then becomes even more of a threat outside the pocket. 1st and 10, Edgerton at the 32 of Montpelier. Twins left and right. Blue, the running back. Blue gets the handoff. Blue on a trap to the 30. Sandwich there, Ash Walls and Gavin Zajeski. Gain of 2 for Quentin Blue. 2nd down and 8. Edgerton trying to reestablish and consistently win up front. That didn't happen in the first half. Consistently winning up front. 2nd down and 8 from the Montpelier 30. 8:40 and rolling to play in the third. 21-zip Edgerton on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Blue goes in motion far side. They look that way, set up a screen, coming back to the right to Herman. And that's Corey Herman, 30, 25-20, and going to be tackled down near the 17-yard line. Gain of 13 on the play, and Friend is slow to get to his feet.
Yeah, just a little jailbreak kind of screen there, and what a great block by Elijah Martin there on the right tackle coming out and springing the receiver.
And he is getting up. Friend is up.
He's okay.
Gain of 13, so it will be 1st and 10 for Edgerton at the 17 of Montpelier.
He's walking off the field here. I know his mother has a sick kid at home tonight, so she's listening to WBNO and know her baby's going to be okay.
Foz just dropping knowledge left. I mean, nobody does more research than you.
You've got to be a man of the people. You've got to be a man of the people.
Hey, a good friend of mine who's in this booth said at one time there are givers and there are takers, and the Foz is a giver.
That's right. Which one are you, baby? Giver or taker?
Bringing knowledge and all kinds of info.
Listen, I don't have...
You know what? I'm looking forward to next week when we're in Eden. We'll have all kinds of Eden info.
Oh, yeah.
But you're going to know everything about Northwood because I'm going to get an email or something, a text that say,
Andy,
I talked to Kenny James on Tuesday and I got it.
I'll do that because I don't have the skill that you do, so I've got to work twice as hard just to keep up.
1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Man goes in motion. It will be Everett banging his way forward. 10, 5, touchdown, Corey Everett and Edgerton. And there's where you saw kind of what he brings in one run to the table, Foz.
Yeah, he really did. That's the first time Edgerton's been able to spring a good-sized run there. And it was Everett with spinning off of a tackle there and just making it happen. Pure athleticism. And you kind of got the feeling it was a matter of time. A lot of bloody blows. Montpelier was hanging tough, but finally that time the Dogs managed to spring Everett.
Parker Eldon trying to go 4 for 4 on PATs. 27-0 Edgerton at the 8:17 mark here in this third quarter. A little bit high on the snap. Blue did a good job getting it down, and the extra point is good. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Edgerton 28 and Montpelier nothing. This is high school football coverage on B-Rock Sports.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call your State Farm agent, Jody Herman, in downtown Archbold today.
Crestview on the board. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. It's Crestview 6 and Wayne Trace 6. Trace have had problems on the offensive end through the first 2 weeks. They are averaging, I think I saw 18 points scored in the first 2 games, so they've been pretty stout defensively, but just can't get the offense in gears. More of this, and part of that schedule too.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Patrick Henry
and Fort Recovery.
Fort Recovery, so 2 quality teams.
And now tonight, Crestview.
Yeah, that's not a bad non-conference schedule before you get into GMC play, is it?
Line that up, baby. Line that schedule up. So now a 28-0 Edgerton advantage here at the 8:17 mark as Pasillo's kick angling far side. Martin has it near the 30, 35. Chavez Martin out to the 40, maybe stretches it to the 41 before the special teams play made on that far side of the field. Nichols on the stop. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Montpelier at their own 41. First possession of the second half for the Locos. Happy to have you aboard with us here tonight. Just a spectacular night for high school football weather-wise again. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Gurrell in that empty look. Gurrell, pressure coming, delivers, and climbing the ladder is Brink to make the grab. He paid the price, did Gurrell, stood in there and was leveled by Ray Pells, but a gain of 5 on the play. And 2nd down and 5, and you love to see that out of your quarterback.
You do, and you love to see Brink climb, as you said, climb the ladder there. Very difficult catch, especially when you don't know what's behind you there. A fearless catch, a tough grab there for the Locomotives for positive yards.
2nd down and 5 for Montpelier on their own 46. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Gurrell shotgun snap. Gurrell wants a screen. Smith juggles, makes the grab, and then going nowhere. Roth is the first guy there. And a great play by junior Owen Roth. That's -2 on the catch.
Yeah. And Roth is one of those linebackers for Edgerton that we talked about. Again, just a really good back end there of linebackers and secondary performers there for Edgerton. And a nice job of tracking it down on the quick screen.
So from their own 44-yard line, it will be 3rd down and 7 for Montpelier. Trailing 28-0. 5 wide, trips to the right, slot to the left. Gurrell, blitz coming. Gurrell on the move, going to one-hop that one on the far side. Wanted Nathan Rummel. And it'll be 4th down, and we have an injured Bulldog near where that play happened. And slow to get to his feet is Carter Herman, who missed last week.
Yeah.
He's kind of got that shoulder slump. Yep, he's just pointed to the shoulder. The left shoulder, it appears. Yeah, clock stops at 6:51 in a punting situation here for Montpelier. It'll be a 3-and-out to start the half. We mentioned Edgerton, what they have at Trace next week to start play there. Montpelier out of conference, and this is one of those games that had to be added on the fly. Montpelier was supposed to be playing a Friday night game next week with Cardinal Stritch. Stritch, not enough for even 8-man football. No program this year. So now a neutral site game, one of 2 Saturday games for Montpelier, with the other being Fremont St. Joe. Next week they'll be playing at Clyde against Tuscarawas Central Catholic. So it's not 3-and-out. I spoke too soon. They obviously down 28-0, want to go for it here. So 4th and 7 from their own 44. Gurrell under duress. Flushed right. Hit as he throws. It's up for grabs. Tipped and almost intercepted, but broken up by Corey Everett's intended target was Griffin Cooley, and the Edgerton defense forces the turnover on downs. Again, getting great pressure. That's where it starts.
Getting pressure and making Grant throw the ball on the move. He's not quite as effective throwing the ball when his feet are moving, like most quarterbacks, and just standing back there in the pocket. So a little bit inaccurate that time. Corey Everett's almost picked it off again.
So an Edgerton drive with Montpelier going for it on their side of the field. An Edgerton drive that will begin on the Montpelier 44. 2 receivers stacked right, 2 receivers to the left. Roth comes in motion. Jet sweep, give to him. Roth still moving. Roth at the 39, 38. Not getting a whistle yet. Fought for extra yardage.
I think Montpelier stripped the ball there. And Andy, again, I have a real good view at that. That's a turnover, and they're going to say that the ball carrier was down.
Roth got 7.
Great hard run by Roth, but that ball was stripped before forward progress stopped. No one's really arguing it because it's on the Edgerton sideline, and they're not going to debate that. It's way away from Montpelier fans. They can't see it. I had a good view.
Zajeski is the injured Loco. He was Roth was gang tackled.
Gavin Zaveski, and he stole the ball.
Andy Robinson. Stole the ball there. Andy Robinson, I think, saw it because he's coming over.
Check that. That's Brendan Friend. That is down for the Locomotives, and it looks like a cramp. Andy, he plays both ways. It's a hot night. Not uncommon to see that. I believe it was Friend was the one who stripped the ball from him, wasn't it? I couldn't tell if it was
Yes.
Brenner's event. Strips the ball from him. That should be Montpelier ball.
So Zajeski was also down, got up and hobbled off, but appeared to be okay, and now working on Brennan Friend. We're going to step aside. 6:26 left in the third. 28-0 Edgerton. Bulldogs on a 2nd and short when we return.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley and not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
Training staff continues to stretch out Brennan Friend. It is indeed a cramping situation. Coverage tonight being brought to you by, in part, Yarger Flegel Investment Services of Edgerton, Ohio. Phone them at 419-298-2000 for all of your investment needs. Yarger Flegel Investment Services of downtown Edgerton, Ohio.
Brennan Friend with a cramp, hot, muggy day. I'm just concerned about you tomorrow, Andy, when you're lumbering in front of the TV set. Is there any chance that maybe you cramp up on your way to the refrigerator?
I would say it's at minimum 50-50. But I've hydrated all day today in anticipation because it's all about the prep work, Foss.
It really is.
It's all about prep time.
So there's going to be what, good 12 to 14 straight hours of college football?
Well, yeah, it's opening weekend.
Of course, yes.
It's opening weekend.
Brennan Friend being helped off the field here. You get those cramps. Sometimes it's difficult to get rid of them that night. You got to rehydrate, and those hurt.
Napoleon on the board, but Wauseon still leads 14-12 in the second half. Bryan on their way to their second win, handling Fairview 42-6. And then, of course, the league schedule for the Bears begins next week. As we mentioned, all of our area leagues start play next weekend in some way, shape, or form. We talked last week and then had that result last night. The first game affected by the official shortage played last night. Ottawa Hills defeating Evergreen 35-21. And we think that Ottawa Hills is probably your TAC favorite.
Only 5 teams in the TAC anymore.
Yep. That's a league that's on life support.
It certainly is, but there's some talks. I don't think it's been confirmed yet. At least I don't know if it has, but talks with merging together with some Michigan schools, Sand Creek, Whiteford, some pretty good football schools up there. So if that happens,
that's about the only thing I think that can save it. 2nd down and 3 coming up. Everett wants to throw, slings it over the middle, passes caught, 25-yard line. That's a gain of 12 on the play. Reception was made by Scotty Krantz after the pitch and catch of 12. First down on that reception. First down at the 25-yard line of Montpelier. Edgerton now imposing their will on Montpelier up front. Halfway home in quarter number 3. 28-0 Edgerton. A score here by Edgerton would make it a running clock situation. Nichols, the only running back. Man goes in motion to the far side. The give is to Nichols, and Nichols runs into the arms of Ash Walls. Boy, he plays hard, Walls.
Yes, he does. I like that linebacking core up here. Again, I know I've said it a couple times, but Ash Walls and Garrett Garrell and Athen Van Kom. They're all 3 good football players that are around the ball all the time.
2nd and call it 10 still from the 25-yard line. Edgerton moving left to right. Up 28-zip, 5:20 to go in the third. Receiver right, 2 receivers go left, and now make it 3 to the left as Pasillo will join 2 out there. Nichols the only running back. Pasillo comes in motion to the near side. Everett wants to throw. Everett's on a fade. Everett's for Herman, and it's incomplete. Really good coverage downfield for Montpelier by Carmelo Jones.
It sure was. Carmelo did a nice job. It was basically a one-on-one situation and fade route into the corner there, and Carmelo got into the body of Corey Herman there and did a nice job of turning his head and looking back so he didn't get the flag.
So 3rd and 10 Edgerton at the 25 of Montpelier. 5:05 left, third quarter. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Here comes Pasillo in motion again. Screen to the far side. Pass is caught. Kolar can't shake Eli Fackler of Montpelier, who played that beautifully. It's a gain of only 2. And now it'll be a 4th and 8 for Edgerton at the 23-yard line. So they'll keep the offense out and go for it. Up 28-0. Too far for a field goal, so 4th and 8 from the 23. They've already scored tonight on a 4th down. Rolling right, Everett looks, got a man. Pasillo, touchdown Edgerton on 4th down and 8. Ran the crosser and came home and free for the touchdown.
Yeah, no answer for tonight for Pasillo. That's his 3rd touchdown grab of the evening.
That's a 23-yard TD pass and caps off the 44-yard drive. Remember, Montpelier went for it on their side of the field. 34-0 with 4 1/4 to play in the 3rd. Blue to hold for Eldon here. And the extra point is on the way, and it is good. Bounce through off the upright. 35-0. Edgerton with the lead on B-Rock Sports.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
35-0. Edgerton with the lead. Bulldogs on their way to a 3-0 start. This is the 3rd year. Wasion leads Napoleon now 21-12. This is the 3rd year. Brody Flagel is head coach here at Edgerton. Came into this one 11-9 as a head football coach. Fought for that first week win over Eden in a really good football game. Dominated Hilltop last week, and now pulling away from Montpelier from about, 8-9 minute mark of the 2nd quarter on, up 21-0 at the half, and now 2 more scores here in the 3rd to make it 35-0. 4 TD passes for Corey Everett and a touchdown run. 3 of those touchdown passes to Caden Pasillo, as we are now in a running clock situation. Here's Brennan Friend, who's back in there. Friend on a good solid return across the 35. Forward progress to about the 38-yard line before Roth brings him down. And that's where Montpelier will have it.
Andy, yeah. So
receiving yards.
We do have a. Oh, no.
1st down and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Just getting some information from the people. You know, the Foz likes to get as much data as he possibly can.
I'm aware. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. 1 running back is Ash Walls. Late substitution, Garrett Gurrell is in. Grant Gurrell, the quarterback. And now they'll get the penalty for an illegal substitution.
Communication issues right there with the signaling in from Coach Robinson. Edgerton's kind of woke up here in the second half and had
Andy Robinson made a great point in our pregame interview. Not only is it a new system and implementing the spread, but for this senior group, it's like the 4th offensive system in their 4 years.
You're talking to Andy Robinson, you're always impressed when you come away with him. He's very humble, very knowledgeable. I'll come back to that here.
Gurrell gets the snap. Gurrell, pressure coming on the backside, makes the connection. Good catch and run by Braden Brink on a 1st and 15. He picks up 7, so it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, he does. And Braden Brink took a shot on that. And he's taken a couple shots caught in traffic where showed some bravery catching the ball, and you like to see that out of a wide receiver.
Corey Everett and Roth made the stop.
Yeah.
What's the info that you have, Foz?
Well, the info will
Caden Pasillo closing in on a potential record here at Edgerton
we don't
for receiving yards in a game. 2 receivers each way. 2nd down and 8. Gurrell to throw. Gurrell looks and got Chavez Martin near the 45. battling his way to the 47. Chavez Martin picks up 10. Gang tackled on the play by Everett and Joel Walkup.
Andy, and again, we'll talk about this more, but you just, again, talking with Andy Robinson, very impressive conversation with him. Very knowledgeable. He's unassuming, humble. The right guy, I think, from Montpelier. I think he's going to have success. The youth leagues and the elementary levels are full of a lot of boys who love football, and I think there's some good days ahead for the Locomotives. They got to stick with it, and Andy's got to stick with it and believe in what he does.
Twins both ways. Pass in the flat, and a big-time hit. Caden Pasillo bringing the lumber on Brennan Friend, and that's a tough price to pay for -1 on the catch, but he's up on his feet.
Caden Pasillo been all over the field today. Offensively, of course, with 3 touchdown catches, and that time you couldn't have played the corner position any better there. He snapped up and put the big hit on Brendan Friend.
1:20 to go in the third and moving. Second down and 11, Montpelier at their own 45. 35-0 Edgerton on the Andres O'Neill and Low scoreboard. Montpelier breaks the huddle. They'll bring 3 receivers left. 1 receiver to the right. Ash Walls, the lone running back. Gurrell gets the snap. Gurrell steps up, throws over the middle. Sliding grab made by Smith at the 46, maybe the 45-yard line. Picks up 10. He'll be just shy of the first down, so it'll be 3rd and 1, Montpelier at the 45 of Edgerton. Under 45 seconds now left in this third quarter. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Walls is your running back. Snap comes at the 32nd mark left in the third. They'll try Walls. Walls will have the first down as he fights his way for about 3 on the carry. And that probably will be the final snap of quarter number 3. 3 in the books here at Stauffer Field in Edgerton. The Bulldogs 35, Montpelier nothing. This is high school football coverage for week 3 on B-Rock Sports.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
35-0 Edgerton with the lead. Montpelier football. Quick reminder coming up on Wednesday as we roll on through our final season of Sports Weekly at JJ Wins, driven by Terry Hendricks Ford. We'll be joined by Archibald head football coach David Dominic and Edgerton head football coach Brody Flagel. So, Edgerton fans, a chance to come hear the head football coach, come be a part of the live audience, and probably our biggest crowds we've ever had have been when Eden coaches are on. So,
What?
An Edgerton turnout is should be a necessity. Here's Gurrell on a scramble, going to run for about 6 or 7 because Edgerton people don't like to be outdone by Eden. And Eden always brings a full house to hear their coaches.
That's exactly right. Come on, Edgerton. You got to step it up there and come on out to JJ Wins on Wednesday night. Hear Coach Flagel and hear what he's got to say. You got a hot team right now. It's going to be 3-0, and we hope to see a lot of you on Wednesday night.
And another cramping issue for a Montpelier player, so that'll stop the clock at 11:38.
I've always said there's not many communities that follow their sports teams as good as Edgerton does. So we'd expect to see that a packed house out there, JJ
Absolutely. And if people are sitting there thinking, who are these two? Are they announcers or are they both P.T. Barnum and promoting their show? But so we got the third quarter where Edgerton, they were already in control. Foz up 21-0, added a couple of scores and really reasserting, and I think in both interviews that we've done with Brody for the pregame shows of the games that we've done, he's talking, I've tried to, where you need to get better at. And instead of going necessarily specific, his answer general, and the generalness kind of covers specifics when he says consistency. That's what cost us last year. You can't play against your quality teams on your schedule like your Tenoras, Antwerps, or anybody else for that matter if you're not consistent, where you show up for a quarter or you don't show up to start a game. And I'm thinking consistency is going to continue to be that theme. It got better as the night went on, but that sluggish start tonight, that happens against Antwerp or Tenora. That's a huge hole to dig out of, just for a quick example of two teams on their schedule.
Yeah, and you're right. And now we don't want to be too hypercritical here. I mean, there's still 35 to zip.
Right.
It's a running clock, and things are going pretty well. So, and things aren't always going to go well for you, but certainly some things that Coach Flegel and his staff can get to work on a Saturday morning and talk to their kids about refocusing. But it's an impressive football team. There's no doubt about it. Real good offensive line, good skilled players defensively, very savvy team. So a lot to like about this Edgerton team. Again, we've narrowed it down, you and I, for whatever we know, which is next to nothing. We think there's three teams that they're going to have to, win one or two of those with Wayne Trace and Tenora and Antwerp are the big three that Edgerton's going to have to get some quality wins if they want to be where they can be.
That was Nathan Rummel who was able to go off the field. Garrell's pass over the middle intended for Van Com and is incomplete. So it'll be third down and about 5 for the first down here, just inside the 39, maybe the 38-yard line. 11 minutes to play in this one. Eden now leading Hicksville 42-6. Antwerp 62-0 over Hilltop. That's in the second half. Trips to the left, one receiver right as Garrell awaits the snap. Wall's the only running back, and flags fly before that snap, but I believe we get another false start penalty. It's been a night of false starts.
Yeah, it really has.
Liberty Center, a 9-0 hard-fought win over Otsego tonight to move to 3-0.
Who do you like in the NWL? Archibald,
Liberty Center.
Archibald or Liberty?
I'm going to go Liberty.
Okay. I will too.
Oh, boy, what a heck of a game. Liberty Center and Archibald.
Wouldn't be surprised either way.
I wouldn't either.
It's shaping up like those two are going to kind of separate themselves, and then PH and Wauseon probably right below them.
PH playing Grove tonight in a non-conference game. That Eden score has about 8 minutes left. Obviously, that's a running clock game, like this one is here. Garrell now on 3rd and 10. Garrell fires far side. It's caught by Smith. Got a lot of running room. 40. Pushed out of bounds inside the 35. Tapped out of bounds by Corey Everett. He'll be short of the first down. Got 8.
Good long throw there by Garrell. Tough throw. And Cam Smith's made some tough catches tonight. And physically, you look at Cam, who's just only a sophomore, and he's already got a senior frame or even older than that. He keeps on the weights. He's going to be a physical specimen.
4th and 2. Montpelier will go for it from the 35-yard line of 35 of Edgerton. Two receivers right and left. Bring one of them, and that's Smith in motion to the near side. The give is to Walls. Nope, it's a zone and a pull and a keep for Garrell. Great job by Grant Garrell on the zone read, and Garrell rumbles for 10 on a 4th and 2.
Locomotives do a lot of good stuff offensively, and again, you're seeing progress with this team going forward, and that's the first time we've seen in our film study the quarterback zone read and keeping the ball.
Garrell to the 25-yard line, first down and 10. Inside of 9 minutes remaining. 35-0, Montpelier on the move, trying to avoid the shutout. Two receivers both ways. Man coming in motion, Smith again. They look to him on a little screen here near side. Smith, and he'll be tackled at the 27, so he's going to lose a couple of yards. That was played beautifully by Edgerton. Foz, that's good team defense. String it out and then run and get hats to the football.
Nobody does it better than Edgerton of rallying to the football, keeping everything in front of them. They very rarely ever get beat over the top, and then they're really good tacklers.
Crestview 14, Wayne Trace 6, with 6 to play in that game. Here, 8 and change left. 35-0 Edgerton. Montpelier with a 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line. Gurrell wants to throw. He'll throw that screen to the far side. And again, rallying the football. I think we're going to get a block in the back on that catch by Griffin Cooley. The flag behind the play, and it is going to be a block in the back, illegal block in the back against Montpelier. See what Edgerton will do here. So it will be a penalty accepted by Edgerton. Bulldogs already with wins over Eden and Hilltop. Going to add Montpelier to the list.
Not arguing here, but isn't on penalties when it's a continuous clock, the clock's supposed to stop?
No.
Not even on penalties?
No, I just had to reread that tonight. No.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make sure
stand corrected.
Going in.
Yeah. I thought that was one of the times they did stop it. Nonetheless, the clock is rolling, so I stand corrected.
Twins right, Twins left. 2nd down and 23 from the 38-yard line. Gurrell will send a man in motion to the far side. That was Garrett Gurrell, and another penalty marker. Boy, oh boy, things are unraveling. And they've been a problem for Montpelier more than Edgerton penalties tonight, but Edgerton not exempt from the penalties.
A lot of jumping, a lot of illegal procedures.
How do you clean that up, head coach?
Just focusing in practice, and you know, you can tell your scout teams to maybe jump a little bit more and make some noise and things like that. Just putting an emphasize it and taking some individual pride of being disciplined is all.
2nd down and 28. Gurrell, far side of the field. Smith with the catch at the 39. Krantz rallies to the football, brings him down at the 35. He gets 8. 3rd and 20 coming up. Montpelier's tack opener. They have non-conference Saturday games sandwiched around a game with Eden coming up on the 16th at home. And then after the Tuscarora Central Catholic game, Eden, Fremont St. Joe, and then at Northwood to end the month of September.
Some wins on the schedule for the Locomotives. Some chances for some wins on the schedule.
Gurrell on 3rd and 20. Gurrell under duress. Gurrell has a man open, a sliding attempt, and it's incomplete. Now, Martin and Brink were 2 wide receivers in the same vicinity of each other. And a penalty marker back at the 45. Did they hit Gurrell late?
My eyes went up when the ball was in the air, so I didn't see it. Yes, that is the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on Edgerton. 35-0 Edgerton on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard as our clock ticks down to the 5-minute mark. Line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down. Now, again, that's not automatic in high school football, so it's 3rd and 10.
Why Coach Robinson sitting here questioning the official at times.
Yeah.
Continually going off the clock here, so maybe that's a good strategy. Maybe it's not such a good strategy. I don't know.
Now are they going to stop it?
Yeah.
As the discussion happens? Now there's some confusion from the officials. And they've decided they are good at the 30. And they stand corrected. It is a 1st down. Because it is a personal foul penalty, so...
That's an automatic first down.
Yeah, I stand corrected. They're going to put time back on the clock. That discussion, when an official and a coach are having a discussion, that is a stoppage. And then they're going to just wind it again.
Well,
anyway,
he's up there motioning to you and I, Ange, but we don't.
It's not us.
We're not the scorekeepers.
Next door, dude. Should we motion? Hey, motion.
They got it.
Okay. I was going to have you motion back and see what kind of feedback you were going to give. Just give him something back. 4:50 now, the clock winding. 1st and 10, Montpelier at the 30. Motion to the far side. Here's Walls, nowhere to run. He runs into a wall. Blake Flower led the charge. Flowers had a nice game on that D-line for Edgerton.
Sure has.
Second down and 12. Montpelier back at the 32. 35-0 Dogs. 4:10 and counting to play in this one. Don't forget, when we're done, the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show. Von Kamm in motion to the far side. Von Kamm was the short route. Gurrell was going to go intermediate route to Smith, and one hopped it. So it'll be 3rd and 12 from the 32. $21-0 at the break. A couple of touchdowns for Edgerton here in the second half. Both of them in the third quarter. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left on 3rd and 12 at the 32. Gurrell to throw it. Gurrell one-on-one, incomplete. Pasillo battling with Braden Brink, and Pasillo outstanding coverage up the near sideline.
Good no call. There was some hand fighting going on there, but I think that's a good no call.
4th down. For all intents and purposes, this is it for Montpelier offensively. The snap comes at under the 3-minute mark. I mean, it for them if they want to score. Got to convert a 4th and 12 here from the 32 of Edgerton. Twins right and left. Walls the lone setback. Gurrell looking, delivers as a blow is delivered, and it's knocked down by Corey Everett. I mean, Nichols hammered him in the pocket. Gurrell is going to feel all of these hits tomorrow.
Yeah, Edgerton's done a nice job of getting pressure on Gurrell, and to Gurrell's credit, he's taken some shots and gotten right back up.
Edgerton football for 3 snaps, somewhere in there?
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. And
it will be the ones out there to basically kneel. Final? Okay, North Central up 31-0 on Fremont, we're told.
So this will be their 2nd win of the year.
Yep. With
good to see those.
Adrian Madison next week, I believe.
I know North Central's worked very hard to get football, and
got a timeout Montpelier with a personnel issue. 2.5 left. We'll take our final in-game timeout and be right back.
Chase a brighter future with Veland Chase, hiring full-time second shift production and maintenance employees for their brass rod facility located in Holiday City. Starting wages at $19 per hour, earning up to $23 after the first year with shift premiums and overtime available. They also provide bonus potential, full benefits including medical, dental, vision, and 401k with company match and college tuition reimbursement. If you're looking for a great career with a strong manufacturing company that's been here for over 50 years, visit brassjobs.com. They want to help you chase a brighter future at Veland Chase. Please apply at brassjobs.com. U-Store Storage in Bryan has 44 new 10x20 storage units available on Edgerton Street in Bryan. With 24-hour access and well-lit facilities, U-Store Storage has a unit just for you. Residential and commercial warehouse space is also available. Looking for a storage unit in the Stryker area? Stryker Mini Storage on Industrial Drive has units as well. For all your storage needs, give U-Store Storage or Stryker Mini Storage a call at 419-636-2545.
So the timeout and fresh bodies all around. Scotty Krantz, the quarterback, and the inside give goes to Orlando Puente. Puente, 5'7", 140-pound running back. Picks up a couple on the play. Jason Bernardo among those over there on the stop. So clean jerseys, fresh bodies for both sides here for the final 2 minutes of this one. Krantz, the 6'2" sophomore quarterback, the heir apparent next year to Corey Everett.
Big kid.
Yeah. Couple of slots. One comes in motion. Jet sweep, handoff coming to Adrian Kepler. Kepler lost his footing, wanted to cut on Walls, and slides down at the 39, so give him 6. Kepler, a 5'11 junior. Third and manageable here from the 41. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 3, let's call it. Again, when we wrap up coverage here, we will get you to Ben Murray for the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show until 10 tonight.
A little bit earlier game than last week, huh, Andy?
Yeah. We were just starting the 3rd or 4th, or about mid to late 3rd at this time.
Yeah.
Krantz on the run has a first down out to the 46, so 7 for Krantz. And this could be the final snap. Edgerton leaving here tonight 3-0. And Montpelier will fall to 0-3 on the season. Single running back is Puente again. They're going to milk this clock all the way down to make sure it is the final snap. And there's Puente running for 7. Well, after a bit of a sluggish start, a competitive first quarter and change, Edgerton ends up cruising to a win tonight to go to 3-0 and doing it on homecoming night. Your final from Stauffer Field in Edgerton, the Bulldogs 35, Montpelier nothing. One final break. The wrap-up show gets underway next on B-Rock Sports.
Import cars and trucks are amazing, but fixing them creates a dilemma. Do you go to the city for service and repairs? Well, it's time for a change. Jason Dietz Automotive Services on State Route 6, just east of Edgerton, is the answer. If you own a Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, BMW, Mercedes, or any other Asian or European vehicle, Jason Dietz Automotive Services has you covered. With over 30 years of experience on imports, Dave Brown and Sam Bailey are the experts that can fix it right the first time. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem your last mechanic couldn't, call 419-298-0777 and make your appointment today.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for. Like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Freshman. Welcome back out here to Stauffer Field in Edgerton. 35-0. The Bulldogs with the win tonight to move to 3-0 on the season. 4 Corey Everett's TD passes on the night. 3 of them to Caden Pasillo. 59, 49, and 23. Everett's to Herman for a 68-yard, or make that a 24-yard TD pass. It was a 68-yard drive, and then Everett's a 17-yard TD run to complete the scoring on the night. Montpelier shut out for the second time in 3 games, so the work continues there, but Edgerton 3-0, and they go to Wayne Trace to start the GMC. Coming up next Friday night, Montpelier will play a Saturday game in Clyde, Ohio against Tuscarora Central Catholic. Foz, you've got some totals, and for Edgerton, some very impressive ones. What a night for Corey Everett.
It sure was, boy. 4 touchdown passes. Corey Everett's 15 for 18 for 328 yards. I'm going to say that again. 15 for 18. That's the height of accuracy. He was already coming in 75%. So that's going to do nothing but improve his average. And again, just been outstanding and pinpoint accuracy. Didn't get the running game going like they would have liked to tonight, Edgerton, but did have tremendous amount of success through the air. In fact, Edgerton only ran for 19 yards, so credit Montpelier's defensive front for that. But catching the ball, boy, Caden Pasillo was all over the place tonight. He's got 9 catches. We've got him down unofficially, Andy. 218 yards. I hear tell through the grapevine. He's 25 yards receiving yards away from breaking the school record. That's unconfirmed, but that was the buzz going around in the press box.
He was close.
He was close tonight. 3 touchdown passes he got. Montpelier really had no answer for Caden Pasillo, as he was oftentimes, I don't want to say wide open, but certainly open enough where Corey Everett didn't have too much of an issue finding. Really, Riley Culver also caught a couple passes for 38 yards, and the Edgerton Bulldogs, Carter Herman also caught a touchdown pass for the Montpelier Locomotives. Montpelier falls to 0-3, 35-0 loss. They ran the ball 14 times for 40 yards. Passing the ball, Garrett Gorell was 20 of 40 for 111 yards. He did have 2 INTs. Receiving for the Locomotives, Chavez Martin 3 for 43. Cam Smith caught the ball 10 times for the Locomotives for 35 yards. Griff Cooley caught 1 for 13, and Braden Brink caught 2 passes for 12 yards. Total offense for the Montpelier Locomotives, 155 yards of total offense. And for the Edgerton Bulldogs, who come across again unofficially, had 351 yards of total offense. So 35-0. Edgerton's second half, very impressive. Did most of it through the air. Maybe a little bit different than what we're used to seeing Edgerton. Edgerton usually kind of beats you up with the running game. Tonight did it a little bit different way. Very impressed in the second half how they came out and played. But let's also credit Montpelier. Again, didn't get the win, didn't show up in the scoreboard, but did a lot of positive things. And I think you're starting to see some good data coming in that Montpelier is improving, and they can compete against good teams because this Edgerton football team is a good team.
Yep. 3-0 start, and they go to Wayne Trace next week. Montpelier, a Saturday game in Clyde, Ohio, against Tuscarawas Central Catholic. Want to thank all of our terrific sponsors who made this game possible tonight. Andy Robinson, Brody Flagel, for their time to prepare us for this game. Keith Merlett, the athletic director here at Edgerton. Always enjoy coming over here. We look forward to actually the next couple of games, maybe more than that, 2 for sure. I think 3, the next 3 from Edgerton that we do, all going to be road games that we'll be seeing of the Edgerton Bulldogs. Ben Murray, who had a hectic night back at the station, did a great job from Command Center. He's aboard next with the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show. Again, our final tonight. Edgerton moves to 3-0 as they shut out Montpelier. Final 35-0. For the Foz, this is Andy saying so long from Edgerton.